Fremantle defeated Sydney earlier in the year at the SCG by 37 points. Is it time for payback for the Swans?
Shane's kick.
Shane Mumford with the first free kick of the afternoon. And Mumford quickly spreading out to Kieren Jack. He's going to take it, just going to ground, trying to get it on quickly because he's got a man further field, and that's Kirk.
Worked well there, Brett Kirk.
Well, both of them did. Him and Kieren Jack, who started in the middle of the ground, have pushed forward and got uncontested possessions.
Short into the pocket, low percentage there for McVeigh. Sydney still have it, though, through Kirk. Squaring it up, 2 or 3 there. Over the top of McGlynn it went. Now a chance for Bradley to clear for the Dockers, but Mundy's under some pressure. Did well, didn't panic. 1-2 with Broughton. Now he's in some space. McPhee presents for him. And it's a measured pass that finds him.
McPhee starting forward, high 40s.
Well, he started back last week, but just because they were short of defenders in the end.
Malcheski's off after 46 seconds. Is that interchanging for balance?
They got Jetta on, so maybe
matchups.
And try and catch Fremantle out with young Lewis Jetta on. He could have, he didn't hear the play on call, but he was just, his interchange was right next to that kick from McPhee.
You can see in the top of the screen there, Zach Clark is a tall option, pushing back to the goal square on Richards. So we know he's really a ruckman that can play forward.
From the throw-in, we'll have a secondary bounce.
Thanks, Reece.
Stephen Hill. Sure, Reece Shaw will be a lockdown role on him because that's not the way he plays.
Play on.
So he'll probably appreciate a bit more freedom than he got maybe last week on Brady Rawlings. Stephen Hill.
Free kick will go to McVeigh underneath all of that, over the shoulder from Crichton.
Hasn't not yet. Ryan Jack.
Just shorting it.
Right there, Adam.
Kennelly, just not sure of his options.
Yours, Jack.
Out to McGlynn.
This sort of chip and charge sort of stuff's not bad by the Swans. Got to have good ball use doing that. They've got a long option, which is White. Mummy's pushed forward for the next kick as well. You can see they don't want to just kick it long down the line.
And what's important about it, they get it on their terms. They slow a bit of the tempo of the game down the way they want it and play it their way, because Fremantle try and stun the opposition and get a lot of pace, and they have got a lot of pace with Hill, Morabito, Mundy. They move the ball quite efficiently and quite quickly. So good early start by Sydney.
I'd be happy if I was the Dockers here, though. They've manned up really well.
They have.
That's what they wanted. They wanted the long kick. Five comes in, he's in position, and he comes in for the big spoil.
Matty, something that the Fremantle Dockers have struggled over the last couple of weeks has been the uncontested possession, so you can see that they're not allowing Sydney Swans free players at the moment.
Yeah, good point, Ron. Throw in. Bradley, clever. Voice out the back, the handball from Pavlich to Robertson.
It was a really good release out the back.
It was, wasn't it? And Ibbotson gets his kick just in time. De Boer in space. Now, this is the important kick. Johnson provides longer. It's Clark. It's not going to get there.
Good contest by McPhee.
Well. Coming through Matner. Won the footy. Back to Bevan. Just by hand, but it's still a chance. Robertson trying to keep it alive. Richards. Pinched by Pavlich. The captain from 40 metres left. And it's out of bounds on the full.
Would have been better to go on his left, he said.
We'll have a look at that one at the back. That was a good tap down by Bradley, but you can see where they were lining up defensively. The Fremantle on balls across half-back. That was really good set play there. Swans need to make sure they've got someone in the mix there in case they do lose the knockout.
2-on-1 here for the Dockers. Bradley standing tall.
Well, they've got a one in the goal square. Zach Clark against Jetta if he goes long.
Pavlich lobbing it up. Not sure about the kick. The chance for Johnson. Grundy's caught. Crowd want a free kick. Not there.
Good gang tackle there by Johnson. Outnumbered the Sydney defender 3-1, but it's important on this stoppage here. They've got to get possibly a third man up and get someone dangerous.
There's Clark.
There's the ball over the back.
Yep. McGlynn first to it, though.
Ducked into it.
There's straight into Mundy. Bevan shovels it out. Bolton applies the tackle. Plenty of players around the ball. No surprise we have another ball up.
You can always tell at the start of the game if a team's really switched in and tuned into the game, switched on. And you can see early days that the Fremantle got a different mindset, or they appear to, even this early in the game, like nearly 5 minutes in, than they did last week against North Melbourne.
Yeah, they were prepared to let North go and do their own thing, weren't they?
Very reactive last week. You can see they're not today, early. Whether they can sustain it, I guess.
Bolton couldn't get his kick. Goes back for a second effort. Jack working hard in close. Mundy couldn't take possession. Jack again. You see the numbers around the ball. You can see why it's so difficult to get free.
Let go. I got it. Thanks, Mike.
So the Swans have worked it out of their defensive 50 for the ball up.
Play on.
Mumford winning the knock. Jetta through. Good hands from Kirk. McVeigh got his kick in time. Hayden in best position. He'll go. Loves to move quick. Spotted Hill. Just a hand there from Shaw.
Did very well, Shaw.
Yeah.
They're in a bit of strife there.
Kennelly.
Umpire's in the way.
Yours.
Bevan. Hard one there for Kirk. 5 came through. Mumford on hands and knees back to Kirk. Bolton got it. Gave it back to Shaw. Long kick from him. White provided the contest and went back to clean up his own ball. Back to McGlynn now. Sydney finding it hard to get free here, though. It's good pressure from the Dockers. Crichton trying to hold it in here, McVeigh, and I'll say that will be a ball up. I just like the way the Dockers are switched on, Liam.
Absolutely. Swans yet to have an inside 50 entry.
Well, you get yourself into the game. You haven't been blown out. They haven't got no one's put scoreboard pressure here. And as the home team, you say, well, this is an arm wrestle. We've got to stay disciplined and wear the opposition down.
O'Keefe trying to thread it through to Goods.
Ooh, just a good attack on the footy.
Yeah.
That sort of shows you where they're at early in this game.
Holding the ball against Fremantle. 2 holding it in.
Oh, no.
Well, let's have a look.
Both have come in here. Look, I mean, McFarlane, he's put the big bump on. Unfortunately, he's got his own teammate in Stephen Hill.
That's a free kick, unfortunately.
Jetta smothered well by McFarlane.
Look at that rotation. Melchesky come off the bench, nearly got in possession.
You don't give that free kick.
Hazelby appeared to be pushed in the back. Malcheski's on, kicking long. Through comes Hayden over Moore. Jack kept his feet. Moore goes again. It's still hard to score. We've played over 7 minutes. No score on the scoreboard. Very hard for players to get free. Richards now with an entry inside the forward 50 for the Swans. Out comes White. Couldn't take it. Gee, that's a fantastic goal.
Lewis, is it Dennis?
Absolute belter. Sydney get it inside forward 50 for the first time, and a brilliant individual goal there from Trent Dennis-Lane in just his 4th game. Off the outside of the boot, dribbles it through, and the Swans open the scoring, and it took some time. Pavlich off for a spell. O'Keefe. Here's Goods on the burst. Decided to kick short in front of Dennis-Lane.
Well, the long options were a kick and a half away, Matty, so he had to try and hit one up, which they've been able to do early in this match.
Fife did everything right except he gave it behind his teammate. Here's Dennis-Lane again. O'Keefe used the shoulder, did well. Mumford couldn't get it free. Duffield, Bradley under pressure. Handball stolen. Dennis-Lane's in everything at the moment, and he shorts it up to McGlynn inside 50. Playing on quickly. Jetta runs for him. 45 metres out from goal, directly in front. This should be Sydney's second.
Okay, now, the kick of Dennis-Lane was a ripper. He didn't blaze away. He was 60 metres out. He could have easily just gone long under pressure, but he hit up the short target, which is McGlynn. This kick here, he could have just blazed long there, but he hit up the leading player, McGlynn, who got it on to the man who, his first goal last week. Let's see if he kicks this, what a celebration it'll be.
Well, as much has been said of his 19 behinds, with just that goal last week, and his woes in front of goal continue.
He's basically put the rocker on him.
1 goal 20.
We'll start afresh. He's had one behind today. Let's start afresh today.
Okay.
But more importantly,
just
back to your point, Liam, is they're playing a possession game. Like you mentioned, Dennis-Lane didn't blaze away. They're trying to play a possession game and deny Fremantle getting the football.
He's a rookie now. He's playing his first game.
Go on.
Hayden, surely, holding the ball.
Yeah, it was a good decision. He had his prior. In fact, he had a couple of prior opportunities there, if that's possible.
He took the bloke on. There's one.
1, 2. No, it's on the ball. Yeah, the Fremantle fans will be saying, oh, we dragged him by the leg. Well, this tackle slipped down once it was well and truly completed.
They've gone a long way back here, the Swans, and it's untidy.
This is all right, though, because look at the space they've created on the other side of the ground.
They do get the loose man now. Malchesky from Grundy. Not a good kick from Malchesky. He's such a good user of the footy.
Started on the bench. The biggest issue we've got at the moment is Fremantle can't get their hands on the footy. Sydney 52 possessions, Fremantle 22 possessions in 10.5 minutes, only 8 kicks.
And that's a direct ploy by Sydney to get off a start like that, deny Fremantle to get any momentum, any rhythm in their game. They're just suffocating them at the minute.
Uncontested footy, an area the Swans would have looked at coming into this match. The Dockers have been smacked in that area, averaging 58 fewer uncontested possessions a game than their opposition. You can see Sydney already. They're happy to just chip it around, chip and charge. You've got to back your skill in to do that. But it's an area they reckon they can catch him.
Here's an opportunity for the Dockers. Fife going long. De Boer goes early. Misses everything. Matner will get support. Kirk.
Just had to be a little bit better there, De Boer. He's got to just bring the ball to ground. He wasn't going to take a big high mark there. Just had to get it down on the ground.
The two 18s do battle. White and McFarlane.
Well, McFarlane is completely out of position.
Strength. Kennedy. Given lots of latitude. Hanbury fished it out. Gave it over to McVeigh. Jetta. The take on Duffield.
He is quick, Jetta, but
did well there. Just a little tap. Got it on to Kennedy. McGlynn's in the open. Inside 50 he goes. Into the pocket.
Bevan.
And he finds Bevan.
Anthony, you're on it there. Paul, that's the line. Yep. Anthony, straight across.
You can see how disciplined they are. They going the short kicks all the time. I thought he could have gone for the goal there, but gave it off to Bevan. He's got a shot now.
Doesn't kick a lot of goals, Bevan. Often in the back half. Very tight angle. Sydney lead by 7 points. We saw Dennis Lane off the outside of the boot kick a goal. Bevan can't repeat the dose, and he kicks it behind.
Yeah, just put De Boer here. All he had to do is engage with his direct opponent here, bring the ball down to the ground, keep it alive. But see, he loses balance, loses position. They ran the length of the ground and had a scoring shot from basically winning the possession of that half-back line.
Coming up to the halfway mark of the first quarter, Dockers still yet to get on the board.
That's a mark.
It's a mark to Robertson.
It's one-on-ones everywhere here. Let's look at it. He's got to kick to a contest of some sort.
Poor kick.
Or do that, unfortunately.
Matner, the man in the moment.
Wait, David.
He's off his line. He's off his line by about 5 metres.
Yeah.
And yet the umpire just said, that's fine.
Well, we've seen that again. They're happy to go back to go forward here.
Hold it there, Adam.
Let's try and build something on the other side of the ground. They can use Grundy short. They just don't like it. They're not going to kick it long. You can see that early in this match.
Good coaching by Paul Roos. He's just brought Brett Mumford back on. And Zach Clark's got into the ruck, so they're trying to expose his inexperience. And he's gone forward, Mumford.
This is McGlynn. Sydney again showing patience.
Move it on. Play on.
Hayden is a loose man down there for the Dockers,
That's
waiting.
fine. Yep.
Not much room for Goods to work in there.
It's a good battle.
He's taking the mark.
Him and Pavlich are crossing each other's paths, and they're basically playing on each other right now. So a good mark by Adam Goods.
Balls on
He can
this
kick
side,
this.
so watch a square kick for me. Yeah.
Well, he's a star,
He's right.
as we know.
Two
A couple of Brownlow medals to boot.
Yeah. He's right.
Kicked 40 goals this season, Adam Goods. This will be one of his toughest. From the apex of the 50.
Well, he's giving it a go.
It's not bad, but it's to the right side of the post. And the Swans now out to a 9-point lead. And the Dockers don't look like scoring, to be honest.
Good contest here.
50 uncontested possessions, Sydney. 14. Fremantle. Talk about that discrepancy coming into the game. The Swans have obviously identified it. They're happy to play the game the way they want it to be played this afternoon. You play on your terms.
Look at the zone. I mean, our viewers won't see it from... Well, they'll see it from that angle. They're just Fremantle forced to kick short, kick wide. Can't get any flow in their game at the minute, Fremantle.
Hold it there.
Here's Pavlich, who was right on the line as well.
Move it on. Play on.
High ball. Should suit the defenders. Big leap from Clark. Easy one to spoil.
Jacko, you've got to see how when Fremantle play their best footy, they actually move the ball quickly.
Yeah.
So they're not doing that today. As you said, they can't get any flow in the game, but they've got to take the game on.
Yeah, they're being dictated to at the moment, Smithy. It's a good point.
Good clearance here.
Look at Jack's running.
Wonderful
Jack's
running, Jack. McGlynn kept going as well, and a clean take from him on the left
Oh,
boot.
gotta turn
White
around.
has space.
Anthony.
Oh, he bounced it off his chest. Good tackle. Bolton wouldn't let Everton free. Sydney applying the pressure. They get a ball up. Jesse White missing an opportunity.
Yeah, and he's filthy on himself because that was a great clearance from the half-back line. Kieren Jack, well done. Just his ability to win the ball and then follow up the chain of handballs. He was on the end of it. Jesse just had to mark the ball. They're just beating him at the stoppages with these at the minute, Sydney are.
McVeigh long. White got a hand on it. Still alive, hits the post.
All clear. Under pressure.
Talk about effectiveness at a stoppage. Great work to the moving player. That's the most dangerous one. It was Kieren Jack. You look at this, the way they ran it up. McGlynn's a great little hard runner. And he kicked this. Grover had no body contact at all. What needed to do was just hold the chest mark. And you would say, massive tick for that setup from the stoppage.
Bring it in.
Dockers still yet to score. Sydney, though, only the 10 points. Two quick kicks. All of a sudden, all this work is out the door.
Move it on. Play on, play on.
Mundy told to move. High ball.
Play on.
Spoiled of ground, first to it. Hazelby losing his footing. McPhee without it. Chance for Sydney. Go back again. Grundy and turn back to Malcheski. Now he can stop and assess what's ahead of him.
Play on.
Switching to Bevan. Missed his target. Malcheski's radar's a bit off at the moment.
Good attack by DeBoer.
He is hard.
Did well.
Handball over the top.
Free kick.
Free kick to Walters. He didn't know he had it. He's going to go back now. And Sonny Walters a shot on goal.
Well, let's have another look at this because he just needed to sweat on him a bit there. He was always going to take possession. He had no idea that Malcheski was coming. Just needed to slow up a little bit there. I'm not sure there was a lot in the free kick.
Well, Michael Vosso's giving the explanation, but Michael Walters kicks this goal. He'll need to go straight over, which he will. And had his mate on the back in Matty DeBoer.
This for the first goal of the afternoon for the Dockers, but also Michael Walters' first goal in AFL football.
Got it.
He likes it. The Dockers on the board, and so is Walters. Well, it took 17 minutes. Walters kicks the goal and gets a spell. But all of a sudden, as I say, just the one kick. It's, for all Sydney's good work, they're 4 points in front.
Yeah, well, they've blown a couple of opportunities, the Swans. They've only had 6 entries, mind you, and they've hit 5 times they've hit the scoreboard. So 1-4 off 6 entries, the Swans. So they're going pretty well.
Handball out. Kirk. Again, they go back. Now, Chesky. And hit the target this time. That's better. Spilt though by McVeigh. The kick was spot on. Jack.
Again, he looked up and he doesn't want to kick the one-on-one. They're going to run and carry as much as they can. He's got it again here, Jack. We'll get on the end of this.
Now Chesky decides not to use him, decides to go long.
Hold of the arm, free kick. Hold of the arm.
He was in good position.
Big mummy.
Yep.
He's not arguing. So from up here, I would have liked to have seen the replay, but
We marked it anyway.
Yeah.
Geez, good body here.
Yeah,
He's holding the arm and he marked it.
Even you couldn't have got away with that in your prime, Jacko, that tugging onto someone's arm.
Well, the King of the West, he got away with a few things.
He did, my word. And Mumford needs to make sure he doesn't miss something like that. A good build up again by the Swans.
Wonderful recruit this year. Yeah, hits it nicely.
Kick.
The answering goal to the Swans straight away. It's Subiaco.
Well, and it's the run and carry of the Swans. It's causing all sorts of headaches for Fremantle at the moment. 37 handball receives to the Swans to 11. And you saw Jack involved in that, Malcheski involved in that. A lot of those left footers, they're running much harder than Fremantle at the moment.
Rowan Smith at ground level.
Well, Matty Pavlich has actually just had a boot blowout, boys. Half the sole has come off his boot. He's just sent a trainer to go down to get some extra boots. They're just taping him up at the moment.
Look at the spread here.
Boot blowout.
Bill McGlynn, he's up to his 9th possession now.
He's been busy and he's hit the target.
What's this young bloke playing a few of the reserves games for the Swans? Really knows how to kick a goal.
His first one was a ripper.
Yeah, he's a very clever player. He's going to take his best work. Jack, you've kicked plenty of them. I know it's not where you guys run out, which is the other side of the ground, but
used to many years ago.
Going to go that left post for mine.
This is the anti-vortex here at Subiaco.
It's the other way around.
Yeah. Thanks, Glenn. Dennis Lane for his second, always to the wrong side. In fact, he only just sneaks that in from behind.
They are dominating here, Sydney. 91 possessions to 36.
Well, they've got to get someone on Kieren Jack. That's the first thing.
Well, and the other one is doing a massive amount of damage is McGlynn. His spread from stoppages has been outstanding.
7 scoring shots to 1.
They haven't really iced it because it's 2-5. But the general run of play is Fremantle need to try and develop some run.
Yours. Yep.
At the moment, they're just sort of forced to kick over the man on the mark. Swans aren't going to do that.
It's a classic, it's a classic case. The Swans are dictating. They're playing the game they want to play it that way. Yeah.
Well, they're prepared to just go inside, go backwards, give some ground, and then create some run from there.
Yeah.
And look at this, the confusion.
Sherman with the big switch.
Not a bad option, though. That's what they need to do a bit more of. A bit more of this stuff. They've got to use good skill, and that's not a great kick.
No.
So that's going to hurt them on the turnaround because Mummy's got 40 it.
There's Mumford again, but it falls for Crichton. Broughton. With time, away he goes. Trying to draw the man. Essentially, he does get what he wants.
It's a better run, though.
Yeah, that's it. Away he goes. More bounces for Broughton. What an individual effort. Runs to 55 metres, hits it low, into the pocket. Well done, the assist from Broughton. De Boer owes him a goal.
The beauty about that was he didn't bomb away as...
Oh, he's
got him. He's just got him. But he could have been... He saw the Sydney players gravitating back towards Matthew Pavlich, and Broughton should have put it probably on the top of the goal square, or you would have expected it. If he had done that, Sydney would have ran the length of the ground and be at the other end. But he found Matty de Boer in the pocket, but he had to execute the kick, which he did, and that's the reason why. Good to run and carry it, but the second part of it is you've got to hit a target.
It was a tired sort of kick. He had run 200 metres. Pav needs to finish here.
Pavlich right behind him. Oh, he's missed that. It's stayed out there the whole time. Big miss from the skipper. He's got the boots right.
Look, boots blown out.
Look at this. Now this is exactly what they need. So there's 2 bounces.
Look at his vision. He's always looking up. He's always looking up for an option.
Yeah, I love the way he ran on there. They didn't want to give him that option there from Jude Bolton.
Now Sydney are filing back here, and he sees that. He hangs on to it a little bit more, and then the little one. There it is.
Tidy sort of kick.
Well, that's a good leap there from Ibbotson. Dockers trying to press back in here.
Over the back.
De Boer's got it this time.
He's
came off to Pavlich before. This time, he's going to take a shot.
He's got to back himself.
It's been their most dangerous forward. They haven't had a huge amount of entries.
But, see, his teammates have got to say, go back and have a shot and give him the confidence.
He's kicked 4 goals for the year. He'd love to make it 5 right now.
See, I don't reckon he prepared all that well for that. He made the distance. It was a good kick off the boot. He just pushed it left a little bit, but he had 4 players running around him to peel it off. Now, you've got to encourage your players or your teammates to have a shot on goal when it's most effective or most important. And on that occasion, they needed a goal.
Grundy just trying to run it down the line.
We see this boundary throwing about to come. The area they are getting smashed, Fremantle. 9-1 at the clearances at the moment.
So the setup
of Sydney's been really good. They've got mobile players around there. If you look out the back, Bevan's there.
Hill went without it. Kennedy didn't. Quick hands from Kirk to Jeddah. Goods one-on-one. Grover did it well, and he's happy to see it over the line.
So no, that's 10-1 from the stoppages.
He's got a big job, Grover, because he had Mumford one-on-one before, and now he's got Adam Goods one-on-one. So it's an area that, because there's no Chris Tarrant down there, Sydney are trying to exploit a bit more.
Clark was over the bank, thought about taking it out of the ruck. Not sure about that for an option, but we'll have another ball up.
Held it.
As you can get it, it's a very low percentage option, because then you can get someone just needs to tackle you.
Straight back here, guys, straight back.
So I like what the Swans are doing here. They're pretty much one-on-one, but then they free up a couple of moving players at each stoppage.
Hill got kicked to it.
Good run.
Mark's it, hey!
Strong hands, McPhee. Now there's a switch. And some hard running required here by the Dockers. Robertson has Subin going through the middle. Spots him. Pace from Jeddah, but Subin's still a chance. Going to ground, a little bit slippery. Robertson kept going. Good support running from him. Long ball in. Clark going back. It feeds back towards Johnson. Clever handball.
Good pickup.
Chance by Walton.
He's coming around.
He's coming around.
He's got it.
How about that? To Hazelby in the square.
Good mark. Well, it's the first time they've been able to hit their forward line with any penetration, bit of pace. Sydney weren't able to get numbers back. Had a shot on goal, and that's what you need to do. A shot at goal, which was important. And Paul Hazelby.
He slots it. The Dockers get their second. Mark Harvey down at ground level. Just a quick chat with Hazelby, the goal kicker.
Well, they got themselves back into it. Sydney have dominated it in all the statistics, the key ones, and they only find themselves 3 points in front.
Play on.
Gee, they want to get this right, though. They're getting smacked.
And again,
He's playing well. Kieren Jack.
well, he's coming up to the contest and leaving his direct opponent in his way.
Chance for Fife. Running for him, Pavlich. The kick is a poor one. He kicked it straight back to Mumford. Pavlich wanted it further wide. Mumford short.
Play on.
Chesky had to kick. Goods.
It's a good kick in the end.
It was, wasn't it?
Stay out of it.
I like their mobile forwards here. See, he's short. Reece Shaw, I should say. But the one long option was the big fella there, Jesse White, who did well.
He won it, gave it over to Jack. Here's Shaw round the corner. It's touched. It's a loose ball. McFarlane's going to back himself. Terrific run from McFarlane. A bounce and a handball over the top to Johnson. They can get free here with some hard running. He's got Bradley as an option. He uses him. He's up quickly. Realising the situation, the handball is a poor one, though. The idea was right. Still going, Bradley.
Good kick.
Oh, that's clever. 2-on-1. Tap beautifully back to Johnson. Intelligent football, the Dockers.
Good mark.
And there's Walters again.
Right on the sign. This will be his third scoring assist or goal that he's been involved in. He kicked the first one, got the second one to Paul Hazelby, and he can now kick the third one for their side. He's been quite lively up for Fremantle. Yeah.
They've been clearly their best two forwards.
Just his fourth game. He kicked his first goal earlier. Now for 2 1/4.
That could be leading at quarter time.
And exactly right.
All the players being with Sydney.
Roosy be headless if they go in a quarter time behind.
The fans will tell us the story here because the Dockers could be in front.
He's got to get it right here.
Walters for his second. The fans like it. Quarter time here at Subiaco. And they've trailed the whole quarter, but they go to the break 3 points in front. The Dockers in form. Finally did break the drought, but at quarter time, the Dockers stole the lead right on the siren. Michael Walters has 2 goals. I did mention that it was his first in AFL football. He did kick 2 goals last year, first for this season, so my correction there. Hazelby a goal, and Dennis Lane, that one we saw. Kirk and McGlynn, plenty of possession for the Sydney Swans. Let's go to Rowan. Rowan.
Well, Matty, you could see right from the opening bounce, the Sydney Swans wanted to play a possession-style game. They didn't want to allow the Fremantle Dockers to be able to run with the ball and just basically kept possession of the game. We can have a look at the stats now. You can see the disposals there, the Sydney Swans 103 to 67, so they've dominated in that area. The uncontested possessions, the Dockers actually came back towards the end of that first quarter, but the clearances, total dominance there by the Sydney Swans. But the inside 50s, 10 to 11, they're quite even, and the Fremantle Dockers got on top there at the end, taking the lead there at the end of the quarter. But the way the Fremantle Dockers turned the game around was they were just able to win the ball down in defence, and they were able to run it through a chain. So the way that the Sydney Swans wanted to play, they wanted to play possession style. But if the Fremantle Dockers win the footy and they move it quickly, they're going to be able to score against the Sydney Swans, Matty.
Thanks, Ron.
They've taken the Mickey a little bit here. The coaches 38 to 34 interchanges. We have a look at a couple of.
The future's bright for the Dockers. It's so bright they've got to wear shades.
A couple of cool dudes, the tall and the small. But the coaches are saying, well, if we had to cap it at 80. They'd have no rotations for the second half. The pace they're on at the moment.
Missing Sandilands and Ballantyne in the stand. And also we saw Michael Barlow earlier on today walking around on crutches. It was such an important injury. His broken leg.
It's interesting, isn't it, that they've put Clark into the side and he's hardly been on the ball. Bradley's done most of the ruck work and they're getting killed in there.
Hill only the one possession.
Dockers in front, though. That's the important thing. They lead by 3 points after Sydney controlled the quarter. Mundy and Goods battling. Fife is there as well.
It was really good perseverance in that quarter by Fremantle because purely on the flow of the game, Sydney are right on top. I'd like to have Michael Barlow out there.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we won't be seeing him again this year. Another clearance. Gee.
Oh, he just slipped there, McGlynn. Managed to get it going forward.
Good take.
Subin. Clever. There's Hill. Missed the target, but it's out in front of Walters. The goal kicker.
Very clean player, Sonny Walters.
Saw him play a bit in the under-18 championships.
What a
Very
kick.
impressive.
You can't stop that.
De Boer has Mundy cruising past. Johnson was second in the queue, and Johnson, a shot at goal for him.
Well, started with Subin off the half-back line. He won the football, won a 50-50, evaded 2 tackles, got on his left foot and got going.
It's a good build-up, wasn't it?
Yep. Again, Walters involved.
Well, he's not super pace, but what he is a very clean player. He's a beautiful ball user. Went through all the way through the AIS as a junior.
Johnson, for the opening score of the quarter, gets close to the man on the mark, but gets plenty of distance and gets the accuracy he deserves.
Doubt in Kennelly's mind as well.
Well, it was 7 scoring shots to 1. It's now 7 to 6.
Yeah, but more importantly, they've kicked 4 goals from their 6 shots, whereas the Swans have blown a couple of opportunities.
So a lot to like about the Dockers, just soaking up some of that pressure early and now starting to get things moving.
Well, Ryan O'Keefe's been very quiet, just 2 possessions, and they're both handballs, so been OK on him, Mundy, at the moment. Mundy's been OK.
Hill's trying to get at O'Keefe and Shaw's trying to get to Hill. So good work by Hill. He's trying to learn another facet of the game and go tagging someone if he's not getting it. Try and get a defensive mindset.
McVeigh off the ground. First to it, though, for the Dockers. Hayden. McFarlane, here's Hill. Shaw right with him.
Good pressure.
Duffield on hands and knees. But coming through and pinching it.
This.
And he's going to get a free kick there. Advantage paid to Goods. It could be Moore's. Now it's coming back to Moore.
Wow, no advantage. Doesn't want to miss it, Liam.
Well, Adam Goods knew damn well it was a free kick to Jared Moore, so he thought, I'll have a snap, have a bit of a 50-50 here. He kicked the goal right through the middle.
Thanks, mate.
But the umpire had already blown time off. So no advantage. He shouldn't have any problems from here, though. Smithy, any breeze down there that you need to worry about?
Plenty. Hardly any at all. Biggest, not like it Eddie had last week, but
you just keep an eye on that, Rowan. You keep an eye on that breeze.
You're my weatherman, Smithy, down there.
Oh, it's whirling. Look at those flags. They're whirling around.
Used to be known as the Rain Man, but I think Lee Colbert's taken that over. Moore to finish off.
Good kick.
Kicks it straight through the middle. Goal number 10 for 2010, Jared Moore. Margin back to 3 points. Swans looking to seal a position in the finals. Dockers looking to just keep maybe a chance of a top 4 spot alive.
Yeah, they want to rejig their foot in the middle of the ground.
They're just still continuing to get belted in the middle of the ground.
Well, I'm not sure whether it's Clark.
The pressure. They're hunting their main keys in the middle of the ground, which is Mundy, Pavlich when they get the ball. They're just gang tackling them.
Well done, Roger Hayden.
Yeah, Roger Hayden went back in front of traffic. Pavlich there to help out. Bradley has space. Going to need it. Off to Johnson. Broughton. He's not sure. Down the line he goes. Morabito, well, he's...
Call him in. He has to call him in.
Oh, Bradley. So lack of communication, but it's OK in the end.
Well, Big Kepler's worked really hard. He's taken 4 marks. He's had 8 possessions.
This is where they've got to keep the possession game and hit targets here, because Sydney have just pushed Ted Richards back down.
It's a mongrel kick.
He's going to get the ball.
Richards is rolling out.
Sure what he's trying to do there, Ted Richards.
He's just punching the ball.
Here's the Dockers. I mean, Morabito's in great position there.
Nah, look, he was. His opponent fell over as well.
But he sensed that
well, I think
Kepler was coming, so yeah, that's fair enough. That's all right.
No, I disagree. Bradley should have called him in.
Okay.
There you go. That's our first disagreement for the afternoon. Let's leave it at one.
But you want your little blokes on the ground getting the handball and running the football, Matty. You want your big blokes taking the big marks. So I reckon they got their roles right there. So
spoken and authorised by Kieren Jack, the big bloke in the box. You're right. I agree with you. I think he had to go for it, the big fella. It was a nice mark.
From the throw-in.
Not another clearance to Sydney. This is getting a bit of a joke, really.
Mumford got it out wide. Hanbury further to Moore. Now that's vision from him. Kirk, Jack. Open forward line. He can keep going, Kieren Jack. Now he wants Jet along. White coming in late. And Grover cleaning it up for the Dockers.
It's about the 4th score launch that they've got directly. I know, Matty, you're looking at me funny. A score launch. From half-back. Well, they're running it all the way down from a stoppage.
Do Champion Data know about the score launches?
It's a new one.
Or is that just a NASA thing?
I'm just trying to Reinvent some
Score
stuff.
launch. Just writing that down there. Score launch.
Well, and a lot
Put
of
a copyright on that.
a lot of the times has been Kieren Jack involved, and he was involved again.
Well, he's the go-to player because his running and carry of the ball with pace is quite evident on this over.
Hayden. Big punch from Bevan. How's that for a spoil? And he lets Walters know about it.
Thanks, guys.
Bluey McKenna sort of stuff, Jacko.
Go.
Look at this.
Kill the ball.
Yeah.
That's how you kill it.
Emphatic.
Good old days, used to take an ear with it as your fist came through.
That was the point, not the ball.
That's the 4th stoppage that they've won out of 18.
De Boer strong in the tackle. Got it back to Clark. And De Boer's going to run out of room here.
Did well.
Walters in through traffic and out the other side.
Dumped into ground.
It'll be a Walters free kick against Mike Pike.
Mark's there. Come on.
The switch here.
Yeah. Now they're trying to set it up. They realise they've got one wider in Grover.
Broughton's got to get involved here. He's just got caught manning space, but he's now pushing forward for the handball. This is what they need to get going.
Is it going to sit for him? Does now. And off he goes again. Broughton.
He missed the lead from Johnson. Now it's the big kick.
Into space, he kicks it towards Hazelby.
Oh, he's dropped that. Just
And they didn't take the mark. Hazelby lurking. Trying to get boots of ball, trying to manufacture a goal from nothing. Ball up just outside the forward square.
Well, it should have been a free kick here. It was a bit dangerous, but the one beforehand, he just manhandled his direct opponent.
Well, that was
which
the one
was
you're saying
Mark
there.
Matner.
Him up the bum.
Correct. Here's Hazelby again.
I don't mind Hazelby as a forward. I'd like to see
Yeah.
him, given they're getting smacked around the stoppages, I wouldn't mind seeing him on the ball just at the moment, but I like him forward.
He's kicked it. Oh,
McPhee,
too nearly.
almost a miraculous goal.
The padding robbed him.
Yep. Take a look at this.
Oh, he swung it around too, nicely. No, you're right, Liam. Good point you bring. He started his career as a prominent midfielder. Paul Hazelby was an All-Australian as a midfielder. Good forward, he takes a good mark, but it's at a stage now where they're getting beaten in the clearances quite convincingly.
Well, he's a natural.
Wouldn't hurt to put him up
work.
there,
Yeah, natural around the stoppages because he reads the game well. So they've got Morabito, who's only a young player. Mundy, who's been pretty good, doing a real good job on O'Keefe, who's now starting to follow him. But again, another clearance win to the Swans. Just haven't got it on the scoreboard yet, the Swans. Everything's telling you that they should be dominating this game.
Fremantle are in front.
Oh, word.
4 points is the margin. Robinson's run himself into trouble. Duffield back to Broughton now. Oops. Just a spill there from Iverson. Hanbury, McGlynn, 1-2. Exciting young talent, Hanbury.
Ever.
Jeddah has goods inboard. It might bounce for him. It didn't.
Lynn's here, though.
McGlynn. Man forward is White. McGlynn doesn't need him. He just goes alone and kicks a sausage roll.
Boundary line.
Okay, boys,
He's having a good game, Ben McGlynn. That was a goal that puts the Swans back in front.
We can see there he's trying to get Stephen Hill into the game. So Shaw's going to run with him. Hill's trying to go with McGlynn. It's not going to happen. Duffield's got McGlynn, and McGlynn's probably the best player on the ground at the moment.
Yeah, he's going well, isn't he?
13 touches, 4 inside 50s and a goal.
Block against Fremantle. Sydney kick. You went too early.
That's the second time that's happened.
Fans not all that happy. Tell you who also playing well is Brett Kirk.
Yep.
He's up to 12 touches as well.
Yeah, he's on it.
He was there at the moment, but the kick from
That's it, Ben.
Pike didn't make him.
Smithy, when that young fella came off the ground, Robertson, then I saw Mark Harvey talking to him.
Yeah, I'd look like, because I just think he's got a little bit lost. The way that he won the ball really well there in the defensive, and he just actually ran around in a circle. So he just basically wanted him to be a little bit more direct and play direct footy.
Yeah, good work, Smithy. That's the beauty of having the coach on the boundary line. Give that message straight away.
Holding the man, Michael Johnson's kick.
Well, there's
Knocked him to ground.
it was
Michael Johnson's
play
kick.
after he got in the contest. Here's the chat from Harvey
Time back on.
to Robertson. That is, you're right, Liam, that is just a great bonus to have the coach right there on the spot. So the timing of the of the chat is right.
They were
That's
away,
later on.
they were away, Sydney, but well done by Morabito. He just won a 50-50, pushed the ball forward to Fremantle, and Michael Johnson ended up getting a free kick. And now they have a chance to get the lead back, but more importantly, have a shot at goal. Kick this goal by Garrick Ibbotson against the run of play, because Sydney's last 4 or 5 minutes has been quite dominant.
Ibbotson.
Thanks, Reece. I'm watching.
Directly in front
Reece.
to put the Dockers.
Thank you.
Pushed it.
Oh, he's
Ball's clear.
just pushed, pulled it left. Harvey looking on.
Blood rule, Michael. You got blood. Okay. Good.
Now there's a blood rule.
Hold on. We got a blood rule. This way.
Johnson will come off for the blood rule. The margin is just 1 point.
Just hold it. Blood rule. Blood rule.
So quick change. Johnson goes to the bench.
You can see the Swans players there huddling about 40 metres out in the corridor. They'll break from there. So we'll know that Fremantle will try and hold their zone.
This is the bloke coming on now. Okay.
So Robertson on.
Right, mate. Yep. No closer. Anthony.
You can see Mattner there saying, right, now it's time to break, boys. Not really breaking with any purpose, I might add.
Hanbury got free.
Hold it, Paul.
So, they've got 3 or 4 very similar players, haven't they, Sydney? Hanbury, Jack, Bevan. I know Bevan's a right footer. And O'Keefe.
Yep.
Hard to tell them apart when they're in full flight. But Hanbury's a beauty.
Oh, he's favourite for the Rising Star. He's hard to beat for that.
Is he still favourite?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd bet my money on him if I was having a bet.
Dennis Lane. Well, he put his teammate under pressure in Grundy, but he got it back from him. Into the pocket, the lead from McGlynn. Still going, Sydney. Under pressure here, Grover.
Good pick up.
Did okay to Clark. Well, got around Mumford. There's still pressure from the Swans. Duffield wins the free.
Good work by Fremantle. It was under pressure there. You've got to take your hat off to a lot of the youngsters who were involved in their first touch. They were clean with their hands. Ibbotson, Duffield, even Zach Clark in there was amongst a bit of pressure. So it was good play by Fremantle.
Fine there, Jesse.
1 point ball game still. McFarlane back to Duffield.
Play on.
He has time to go. Run and carry on a Saturday afternoon in the sunlight at Subiaco. Wonderful conditions for a good game. A close finish on the cards. Richards fourth in the queue. Bolden came in front. And it's a ball in.
Because I'm just going to ask you a question here. Stephen Hill, you've mentioned that one before where he's trying to run with Ben McGlynn. Now, Ben McGlynn's been a dominant player in the midfield. Ben McGlynn's taken him to basically to full back. Who's the winner there? So has he taken Ben McGlynn out of the play or Stephen Hill out of the play?
Well,
Swans are the winner there.
Absolutely, they're the winner. Look, the thing about it is that he's going to force him to defend something he's not used to doing, and McGlynn is very good in that area. This was his original opponent, Stephen Hill. They've just got him. They've got him at the changeover here.
He should goal this. Shaw inside 50, off the bounce, sends it home to the wrong side of the post.
Marty Mattner just got free off their half-back line. They got disorganised there, Fremantle.
When you're ready, Steve.
Now Hill to kick in.
They're just trying to get him into the game. Look, he's a young player. He's going to be a star. We know that.
He's already a star, really, isn't he? I mean, he's already a key player for
Look at the pace. Well, McGlynn's not slow.
Yeah.
I like seeing this. I think he's got himself in a bit of strife.
Yes.
But I like the idea.
Yeah, at least he's thinking about trying to get himself into the game and trying to create something.
Well, young players that burst onto the scene and hasn't got as much senior experience around him.
Yeah,
at
you
the
can't
moment.
be too critical of that, at least.
No, exactly right. It's learning. He'll learn about the game. He'll learn about what a good run with player did last week.
Just the changing face of AFL. We saw both coaches in the one shot down at ground level. A few years back, unheard of.
Unheard of. In fact, speaking to David Parkin about that, Parko reckoned it was impossible to watch it from the boundary line. Gives a massive, different perspective, no doubt.
Not 15. A kick from Hanbury to O'Keefe. Now Hanbury's going to get it back.
A lot of numbers here. That's why he couldn't go long. Pretty much the whole ground, well, the whole 50 has got players in it when he looks up.
Yep. And that is, except for he's got no real chance here. He's going to have to just try and find some. That's it. He had nowhere to kick it.
Look at all those numbers to the left of the screen.
The Dockers have got them all back. That is ahead of. That's a great shot of what Shaw looks up and sees.
Well, sometimes he's got to hit it high, make a defender stand underneath it, and at least make a contest. hope you can get some runners in there, but it is difficult when there's no space to work in.
Malcheski trying to thread it through. Well, he did. McVeigh let him down, dropped the mark.
Nothing up forward, Fremantle here, so they've got to be patient where they're next.
Oh, dear.
There's the turnover.
That wasn't patient. Jetta. Oh, Kepler, the goalkeeper, stole it.
Yeah, it was good work.
Fife a second chance. Well, he's had a poor couple of minutes. Nathan Fife. Malcheski up and at him.
Gee, he did well there.
Didn't he? Still hard for anyone to break free. If Kirk can't do it, Pavlich might be able to. Bradley. Robertson. Pavlich. Chance. Down the line it went. Oh, well done. Clean hands, Hazelby.
Needs to be clean here.
Mumford.
Did well.
Come up to the contest, Mumford, which was important, or else Matthew Pavlich would have ran away with it. Good tackle by Zach Kennedy. Should have been rewarded.
He got out of the tackle somehow. The kick from Malcheski's untidy. Dennis Lane can't take it. Duffield can. The last 2 minutes haven't been pretty, but it's all about pressure. Dennis Lane
good vision.
Sees a man over the top in front of Kieren Jack. Now he's a left footer.
I know that. Well, sure.
He went to ground. Still going Sydney. Jetta.
Oh, he's in between for kicks there.
Knocked forward by Crichton. Still Sydney persist. Still they go forward. Hanbury to Goods. 55 metres out from goal.
Doesn't seriously think he can make the distance, does he?
Why not?
Because he's way too far out. He's going to have to kick this.
5 metres out. Anyone can do that.
He is going to kick this from the line of the centre.
The wind will get it.
What wind?
Look at it. Look at the flag.
Jeez, he's going to have to kick it.
If he gets it up, he'll get it right up here.
There's no tall player in the goal square.
McVeigh's his target. He had us fooled.
Got it too.
And he got it to McVeigh. He's just too smart.
Well,
Adam Goods.
But what about the kick to the advantage of McVeigh?
Yep. The last 3 minutes weren't
couldn't do
pretty.
anything here. Couldn't do anything here.
No, they weren't pretty, Matty.
No.
That's an understatement.
But that's Sydney's football. And Fremantle didn't go forward to the centre once in the last 4 or 5 minutes. They've got it on their terms. They've got the lead back. Fremantle kicked a couple of consecutive goals. And now they're back in order here. This will really put a bit of pressure on Fremantle if he kicks this goal.
McVeigh, wrong side of the post. Sydney by 3 points. Low-scoring game here. Flags are just picking up on top of the stand, Rowan. Is that just above the actual ground, or is there something at ground level?
No, nothing at ground level, matey, but it definitely is going the way of the Sydney Swans, as the flags are suggesting.
Yeah, because they were down before the game. There was no movement whatsoever in the flags. Anyway, it's Johnson down the line, looking for Pavlich. Shammer. Well, that's off the boot. That'll be a free kick. That'll be a Dockers kick.
Well, Josh Kennedy's playing on Pavlich when he's in the midfield, which isn't a bad matchup. I mean, he's not super quick, Kennedy, but he's a big body.
He's got some size.
You got Walters, if he can get it to him, he's all alone.
It's coming in now. It bounces past everyone. Pike's in trouble.
Big tackle.
De Boer, chance for him to put Fremantle back in front. Matt De Boer, the goal. Lovely assist from McPhee.
Does that count as an assist, the tackle and then the Shepherd? Should. If it doesn't, as a goal assist, because it just gave a little bit of space for De Boer to run into the goals.
Yep, it should. From the clearance, Mundy slipped it to Broughton. His kick looking for De Boer, just a little bit too high for him.
Just like to probably see, Fremantle probably prefer that kick from Broughton more inside. It went a little bit wide, that one. When they got good pressing pressure on Sydney's defence, they got Michael Johnson and Adam McPhee, big bodies leading in the vision of the ball carry. Probably need to swing his left foot towards them and get that ball more inside the goal mouth.
They have been better. We spoke at the first quarter about their inability to win the ball at stoppages. Fremantle was 11-2 at quarter time. They've evened it up a tad at 7-5 for the quarter, so they've been a bit better this quarter than they were. Just need to generate something. Sydney have been able to generate scores, or as I like to say, Matty, launches.
Score launches.
Stoppages.
Well, now you've got champion data looking up the official version of a tad. Because I do believe it's 2 times a smidgen.
This is a good game of footy from two teams that will play finals. It's a matter of what position. Both of them want home finals. Swans can get the 6th, they'll get a home final. Fremantle will get the 5th, they'll get a home final.
There's a lot on this game.
My word, there is.
And here's more from the clearance. Tumble kick. It didn't really give White a chance. Dennis Lane did okay to get it back to Moore.
Very
Just pulled the kick, touched. Away goes Hayden, who got it from Ibbotson. Kick is... Morabito.
Oh, he's waiting.
Again, some communication.
Yeah, lack of talk there. McPhee was wanting to call his player in. He just didn't hear him.
Bolton's kick out wide, but it should suit... Well, it's almost as if he kicked it to Mundy.
Well, that's what Ryan O'Keefe motion there, but having an ordinary
kick. That was not the right option. Kennelly by hand back to Moore. Spots up looking for McGlynn. He ran underneath it. Ibbotson to clean up by hand to Mundy.
Right.
It'll go back to Ibbotson.
Ball was on the ground when I blew it. High tackle here.
Let's have a look at this one here. Free allowed his opponent to run straight past
So
him
he's got the brakes on here. He's got to have a better awareness at Marty Madness coming through.
No, he was calling Morabito.
But if you're going to do that, you know you direct opponents behind you.
You protect the back.
Agree.
Crichton to Fife. Running past Duffield into the pocket. It's all Swans here.
Got to work a lot harder there, Michael Walters. He's pointing the finger, should have put it somewhere else, but regardless, the kick went deep in the forward pocket and he was just limbering along here. He's going to put his arms out here and stop Marty Matner coming through. He's calling through. That's okay, but don't put your hands up there and say, well, what are you doing?
Well, he's calling him in for no real reason. The ball was kicked to him. He's the forward. He's a presenting forward. He had to just take his body through the ball. I get what he was trying to do, and he was actually calling to him. But still, he had to go for it.
What's behind me?
Plenty of players around this ball. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the first half. The Dockers lead by 3 points at quarter time. It's the same margin at the moment as Morabito trying to do something about that. Very high kick, right to the line, just to behind.
Shammer not all that happy with Morabito. He was on for the little give. He was outside him when he had a snap. He's a good young player, Morabito. He's going to be a beauty. We've got a good future for Fremantle with their kids.
Yours.
Wide kick is a good one to Grundy.
Fine there, Michael. Mine. Play on.
Kennelly's kick. Well, Richards. Richards was thought about just letting that go.
Yep.
Changed his mind just in time.
They've got a mismatch here in favour of Sydney because Lewis Jetta will either have Hazelby or Zach Clark deep in the forward line.
Yeah, they've got to get it to him. That's going to be the problem.
Well, they've got a boundary throw it now, so Fremantle will correct this situation now. Paul Hazelby, he's screaming players back because he doesn't want to be one-on-one with Lewis Jetta in the goal square.
Mine.
Again, the Dockers winning the clearance. Malcheski. McVee laid the tackle. Morabito puts one on Bevan. They dance together.
Two good tackles there. Yeah, two good tackles there by Fremantle. One by McPhee and one by Morabito because they not only tackled with intent, but they held the ball in, so Sydney couldn't get that handball over the top because they were away. They would have spread after that.
Here's Broughton. Got it from McPhee. Positive build-up. Hazelby to the pocket he goes. De Boer stayed on it. Might have won a free kick there. He goes hard at the foot.
He does, and he knows no other gear but flat out at each of the contests, and that's why Mark Harvey's put him up there, because he's effective. You don't die wondering with this kid, and that's the future. He just kept going. He held his ground, which was more important. Probably out position, but he didn't go to ground with the ball coming into the forward line, and held his feet, and then won the next contest, got himself a free kick.
Disappointed there, Marty Matner.
Yep. De Boer kicked a goal already. This for his second, but to give the Dockers their biggest lead of the game, they'll be out to a 10-point margin just prior to half-time. Big kick this. Failed in his endeavour.
It's actually become a very important position. That type of player, like De Boer in the forward line, to put the defensive pressure on. We know about once it's in there, you want to try and keep it in at all costs. We've seen a lot more of those negative sort of half-forward flankers.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably their best forward today.
Yep.
The most dangerous forward because he's on the move the whole time, as well as being pretty good defensively.
Kennelly told the move. Shorts it up the line.
Thanks, Paul.
Bevan. Now he thinks about the switch back in the middle to Jeddah.
Michael, play on.
Trying to get the loose man. They may get it over to... Now, Grundy can keep going. It should work to Malcheski. But from here, there's got one option, and that's Richards. A beautiful kick.
It's on his
Richards,
bike.
yep. He'll cut back through the middle. Wider target short. Longer. McGlynn. Into the sunlight it goes. And McGlynn, strong hands. Wants a 50.
He got it.
Yep.
He got it too.
Happy days, Ben McGlynn. He gets it.
Was it in the motion of marking, or was it after the mark? That's the rule, Liam.
Yeah, well, I think it was a 50.
It was a 50?
Yep. Well, you push a bloke after he's taken a mark. I know you're frustrated.
Did he do it before or after the action? That's what I'm asking.
Second goal for McGlynn. Swans back in front. Well, he's the best man on the ground, isn't he? He's kicked 2 goals.
Absolutely.
He's had 14 disposals, 6 marks. And he's very dangerous up forward.
Well, it's not what Fremantle wanted with 2 minutes to go. They look like going 10 points up with De Boer having an easy shot on goal.
Yeah,
he misses it, and they go the other end of the ground and hit the front with a minute to go.
Yeah. Missed opportunities in these games. Both teams in the 8.
And you know it's not going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, it's 36-37 for half a game, because that's what you're going to get with Sydney. They've closed it down to their tempo.
Have a look at what we're seeing now. I mean, this is just classic Swans. And they'll work it out in tight. They get it out to Grundy and turn McVeigh. Strong hands, Goods. Minute to go.
He's only had the 8 touches. It hasn't had a real impact at this stage, Adam Goods. But it's 23 inside 50 to 16, Sydney. But they haven't had a lot of fluency in their entries, especially in this quarter.
Play on.
So still time for either side for a goal here. From the throw-in. Mumford in front. It's a clever knock. It ends up with Kieren Jack.
Goods got his name all over this.
He's going to get it eventually. Off the small from Ibbotson. Gives off to Hanbury. Short pass from him.
Got through many. Yep.
And he gets it to Bevan.
The runner's coming out just telling him there's 30 seconds left. Go back, have a shot. Take time off the clock. They get another one before half-time. Mark Harvey and Freeman will be very disappointed.
He's kicked 3 for the year, Bevan. Now we saw De Boer. Missed his opportunity. What will Bevan do? Clock ticks down. Swans up by 1. This could mean 7 at half-time. It's coming back, but is it coming back quick enough?
Post.
Straight on the post. And straight on the siren. So we knew it was going to be a close game. Well, we didn't know. We had a feeling at the start of the day it would be a close game. The Dockers led by 3 points at quarter time. The Swans, courtesy of that last goal to Ben McGlynn, now pinch a lead of 2 points at half-time. So 5 goals, as Glenn mentioned. It's a low-scoring game, but there's plenty on offer in the second half.
Very tight game here at Subiaco, where it's the Swans by 2 points at half-time. McGlynn's been outstanding. Kicked a couple of goals, had plenty of the ball, 15 touches. Hanbury, a big second quarter there for the Swans. Fremantle, Walters and De Boer. De Boer, I should say, are the best 2 forwards on the ground for them. Broughton getting plenty off half-back as we have a look at the numbers, Jack.
Oh, look at the difference. Massive discrepancy there in disposals, 45 to the advantage of Sydney Swans. And a lot of them have been uncontested, as you can see. They're getting the game on their own terms. But clearances, well, 20 to 10. That's the reason why they've just been able to get the game on their term. So I tell you.
2-point game. It's still anyone's. And we're at second half is underway. Jude Bolton just the 1 kick in the first half. Expect him to get going. There's O'Keefe with a right boot clearance. McGlynn diving mark. Liam.
Well, we couldn't have written it any better. The 2 players we talked about. O'Keefe gets the first kick, and McGlynn playing in front of a bloke who's not used to playing down there, and that's Hill. So worried about getting to McGlynn. This will be his 3rd goal if he can kick this, in an ideal start for Sydney.
3 goals, if he does get it, from 6. The little man is playing big at the moment. Right on 50. Hits it pretty good. Straight through. 3 goals, McGlynn. Swans further in front. Let's go down to Rowan Smith.
Well, Matty, David Mundy's basically just playing on the wing now, or moving himself as a half forward, and Ryan O'Keefe is actually following him around. They were both in that centre square last one, but he's just moved himself out now.
Thanks, Ron. There's a whistle too high to be a Jude Bolton free kick.
Mark's back
Another
here,
centre
guys.
clearance
Right
to
out, guys.
Sydney.
You can follow him through. Right out.
Gonna do the line out at centre half forward and then split either side here, the Swans forwards. Try and create some space.
Not the best kick from Jude. He's going to kick that out of bounds, I think.
That's a win for Fremantle, because Roger Hayden, who was on Kieren Jack, he was just giving too much leg rope there. If it had been the kick a little bit better, he would end up getting the ball onto his left foot. It would have been at the top of the square.
Swans by 8. Mumford to contest with Bradley. Bradley just took it out of the ruck.
It's on the ball.
Fell in his back. Advantage.
Advantage paid. It was the free kick to Kepler.
Lucky one, I thought.
Yep. Here's Fife on the wing.
Fee on short.
Still
Just
got
a
to be
kick
legal
off for one
tackle.
step.
Off the one step. It's going to bounce from McPhee, though, so...
They got nothing. Yeah.
OK. He's got Johnson in the middle. Mumford put a hand
Gee,
in.
that was good play by Mumford.
He accelerated to the contest, didn't he?
Well, for a big bloke, he's one of the more mobile ones in the AFL.
Kennelly wanted the 1-2. Instead, it goes from short to Moore. And over the top, Hanbury. He's up quickly. Subin. Composed. And hits a target.
Got to get it over to him.
Morabito has Broughton.
He's worked
He's got no one up forward, though.
Cheers, mate.
Gee,
What a kick.
that's an outstanding kick. It's a beautiful kick from
50.
Morabito. 50 metres to McPhee. There's a soda. Docker fans will be happy.
Now, I'd like to see the replay here, what the 50 was. He said high contact to McPhee. Coach is shaking his head, but Morabito was one player we identified at half-time that needs to get into the game. Good early start for him. Played on and showed a nice left foot back inside the corridor, and Adam McPhee leading into it.
McPhee kicks the goal. Swans, their lead is cut to 2. So McPhee kicks the goal. The Geesh is just unleashing the cord there.
Do you think he thinks it was a 50?
Do you think that was a 50?
I don't think it was.
Something
It was a bit harsh.
Something of a debate during the week. But the Dockers are back to within 2, as was the margin at
I
half-time.
don't quite get why they're not using Zach Clark at the centre bounces, because they are getting smashed out of there. They need a taller big bloke in there. Fair enough, Bradley around the ground, because he's been OK around the ground, but there's something about that centre square stuff.
McGlynn was front and square, but he was well tackled. Pressure from Sydney here. Goods and hands free. Crowd wanted holding the ball. Kieren Jack is there.
Doesn't go to ground, does he, Kieren Jack?
No, he's strong in the hips, isn't he? Moore with some time. Across the face, he spots Bevan. Intelligent kick. So Bevan, we saw him have a tough shot from the boundary. This one, very gettable.
It's a metre from that line.
Yep. I was going to say, get your finger off there, Jack.
You guys could sort something out.
Here you come.
Well, I nearly put it on the mute button there. That was a good build-up.
Bevan from 45 metres curls it back, trading goals here at Subiaco. As I mentioned earlier, Paul Bevan doesn't kick a lot of goals. Usually finds himself in the back half. He's got 29 in his career. And the margin at 8. 2 goals to Sydney, 1 to the Dockers. After they were pretty hard to come by in the first half, just 5 apiece. There's Clark in at the centre bounce. That's what Liam was after. Mundy coming through. Robertson waited twice, and then going to back himself to run. Eventually, hands off to the man that was there in Shammer. Back to Clark. Crichton.
It's a good handball by Crichton.
It was the right one to Pavlich. Walters at the back. Kennelly at the front. Ball at ground level. McPhee strong in the tackle.
He's been very good there today. Adam McPhee's tackling pressure's been pretty... it's been enormous here as you come in, bang in the body, and got a goal for De Boer before from a tackle and a Shepherd.
No prior opportunity from the umpire. Morabito. Snapping. And kicking an absolute brilliant goal. Well, Bevan kicks one at one end.
Yep.
His opponent, Morabito, answers at the other with a spectacular snap.
What would have been pleasing for Mark Harvey was an area they haven't been good, which is at the clearances all day. They've been able to generate a goal out of nowhere, really.
Clark winning that knock. Kennedy in first.
Glad they've got Clark in there. You can just see the difference in height. Kepler Bradley, as game as he is, giving away a lot of height. You don't want to give first hands away. I mean, there's not much of Zach Clark. You can see how skinny his arms are. Did you see that?
What would they be likened to, his arms?
Oh, a couple of pieces of linguine.
McPhee around the corner.
You waited all day to say that.
And Richards takes the mark. I'll expect the check in the mail figures. Bevan crunched by McPhee.
And he's
to get 50.
That's silly.
Well, he was committed in the air.
They're just making some wrong decisions in the wrong time, Fremantle. Kepler Bradley won. Michael Johnson won the ball in the ruck. As you see, he just come through. It's a bit reckless. Well, it's very reckless, not a little bit. No legitimate attempt at trying to get the ball there.
They move it quickly. Short. Malcheski. Into the pocket goes Dennis Lane, and he spills it.
Well, it's a let-off because that would have been a shot at goal from an undisciplined free kick off the half-forward line for a Fremantle. They've got to regroup here.
Should have done better.
Dennis Lane just, yeah, he had that.
So the
Swans
numbers
win the
out
clearance,
here,
though.
they just get well organised. Kieren Jack on his left foot.
There's a good smother, though. It came from Shammer. Jack kept going. Subin, well, looked up and saw Captain Kirk right there, but he won the free kick.
He had to, but he got gang tackled by two players, and Kieren Jack, who ended up kicking the ball in there. Their work to keep their ball alive in their forward line has been exceptional today, Sydney.
It's goal for goal. 2 points is still the margin. Walters is crunched. Surely he didn't have an opportunity to mark there, and he wins the free. Michael Walters, or nicknamed Sonny. And he comes through a spell as he just lays it off to Robertson.
Move it on. Play on.
Bradley off the bench. Malcheski, Bradley diving over the top. Morabito going to back himself. Still, Bevan. Got it back to McVeigh. Swans maintained possession. Looked up. Shaw. Yeah, it was a good kick in the end.
Goods is one out. I'd be nearly going one-on-one to him. I think he's in Stevenson down there. He's not a bad get-out, Adam Goods. You can see they don't want to bang it down the line long.
It still might get to him, though. Now, that is an intelligent switch, though, from Kennelly. If it makes it, yeah, it does. And away goes Marty Matner. Balances up, hits the target. Oh, Jesse White's built the mark. And he's down. And he could be out.
He's having a stinker, Jesse White.
Oh, he gets the benefit of the doubt. Listen to those fans.
Is he better off having a shot on goal? He's outside 50. Try to give his full forward Jesse White the benefit of doubt and bring him in the game. But Luke McFarlane was pretty hot on his tail there. Open goal mouth. Would have been better off McGlynn having a shot at goal. Sorry, Marty Matner.
He's only had one handball, no marks, no kicks. Jesse White, he's been used a bit.
He's spilled 2 chest marks.
He's dropped a couple.
Yeah.
He needs to go back and really compete hard in the air because he's going to have McFarlane who's trying to stand in front of him. He's got to impose himself here, Jesse White.
Play on. Play on.
He's having a dark day. Could be known as Jesse Black by the end of it.
Here he is.
Here he is. He tried the big mark. Crichton at ground level. Here's Shammer on the burst. Through the middle, he looks up, misses Johnson. It's a poor kick. What will the Swans do on the rebound? Hanbury wanted the 1-2, didn't get it. Instead, it's Marty Matner.
Didn't need to bounce it then,
Well,
Marty
he could have
Matner.
kept going, and he put his teammate Hanbury under pressure. Well, here's Hanbury there.
He runs flat out at the goals, Marty Matner twice, and then he's given it off. Like, he's got a head of steam up. Have a shot on goal.
Let's get into Rowan Smith.
Well, Mike Pike's just come from the ground, boys. Just copped a knock right to the bridge of the nose. So they're just trying to stem the flow of the blood as we speak.
So, at the moment, the Dockers trying to run it out. Johnson back to Crichton. He's caught.
He's been all right, young Crichton.
He's got something about him that he's very quick in his decision-making.
Boy from Tassie. This is good pressure by Sydney.
Got to hit this target with Johnson.
Now, right on the line, Johnson
out,
marks.
out
He
the full.
couldn't convince the umpire.
No, it was a good try.
Yeah, very good try.
He was having none of that, the boundary ump.
Move it on.
Richards now.
Play on.
He's going to send it exactly back where it was. Goods couldn't take the mark. Wanted the free kick, wasn't coming. Shammer to Grover. Handball forward looking for Robertson.
She wasn't a bad handball, that.
Yeah. Robertson just gets his kick in time. 5. Bevan hops over him and picks up the ball. Kennelly.
Now, Kieren Jack's coming off the ground here.
He may get it back.
He'll end up getting a touch. Oh, no, it'll be an easy one for Jude Bolton.
Jude Bolton will come into the play.
You can see the interchange there.
Well, they're mucking around with it. Hanbury's got a good sidestep. Got past McPhee. Kennelly into the pocket. Dennis Lane. It did look, you have to question how he got to ground.
Yeah, just this one here with Marty Matner. As soon as he gets the ball, he bounces. Now, there's a player on his left. I'm not quite sure why he needed to bounce the ball after 2 steps. Players get themselves, I know they like to get balanced, but gee, if you're running from 55.
Oh, lovely knock to McVeigh, who's on the move. And he kicked it low, and it's marked right on the last line by Ibbotson. McVeigh should have kicked that goal. Nice set play now.
Should have kicked the goal, Manny, but Fremantle should have been more defensively minded in that stoppage.
McPhee seemed to be hands in the back from Grundy. We're away now with Morabito.
Good play.
Kept it in. Fife is his target. Measured pass again from Morabito. Fife wants to take on Bevan. Goes once, goes twice. On the left boot. Looking for Bradley. On the half volley. He's swamped. Ball up.
Better build up.
It was a good build up.
Morabito
again.
Yeah, good quarter. He's a good size. He's very fast. Morabito.
Very strong.
Strong too.
Strong.
You forget how young these players are.
Remember, I was just going to say, he's in his first year of AFL footy.
You wouldn't know it, would you, when you see him down at ground level? He's huge for someone that young. But anyway, Jesse White's into the game.
There we go.
Over the top of Shaw.
Keep going.
He's going to take them on. Reece Shaw kicks to Lane. One-on-one, set him up for the spoil. Here's Broughton. Can he get it to Morabito? Spots him now. Playing on. Michael Johnson is target. McPhee the big leap. And Grundy the big spoil. Clark waits.
Whoa.
Oh, how's the attack on the ball by McGlynn? He's down.
He's hurt too. That was a sensational attack on the footy by the little bloke.
Well, he's reporting...
Well, it shouldn't be reported.
Zach Clark here.
It can't be
For
reported
rough
because
conduct.
you're big. But I'll tell you what.
I reckon he was more vulnerable here for a serious leg injury, Zach Clark, because of his size.
See, that was a ferocious attack on the footy by McGlynn. Sensational, really.
He's still down.
As tough as they come.
He's been their best. He's got 3 goals. He's going to come to the bench.
He's bleeding, is he? Smithy, how's he looking down there?
He looks like he's got a massive black eye, and I'm not too sure about his forehead as well, but they keep pointing to his forehead, so hopefully he hasn't got a stress fracture or anything like that.
So here's Jeddah. Well, McGlynn's still coming from the ground. Jeddah's caught.
Great tackle. It didn't get rewarded.
Robertson didn't give up.
Well, he said he handled it.
Did he handle it?
He said he did.
Bevan, 60 metres out, sets it up high. Spills over the back, beats everyone, and finally goes out. The Docker fans will have their say.
Have a look at this. Have a look at this for attack on the footy.
Yeah, well,
It's not reported.
He's not going to get suspended. I wouldn't worry about that.
he's got his eyes on the ball.
Look at that.
The bloke dived into him.
Talk about going low and strong. That was fantastic by McGlynn.
It was. There's nothing Zach Clark could do. So the little terrier comes diving through at you.
I don't think they would suspend you for being clumsy.
Stephen Hill's
done
well here.
kept it in. He's got it now. And he drives it long.
2-on-1.
Jack caught high.
Did that
Crowd have
well.
got some voice going now.
Yeah, they're right into it now. They're just a couple of their younger players are starting to try to get in. We've seen Morabito's had a good quarter. Stephen Hill on that occasion won a 50-50 against Shaw. That's the type of play that's going to bring the crowd in, excite them. Good
And
play by
Fife.
He started to lift in this quarter.
Let's have a look at this.
He's just running to his knee.
Yeah, exactly right. It's not the big
Just the
size
size is difference there.
And then the right knee comes across.
I reckon the big fella was more vulnerable there for a serious leg injury.
Looks a bit sick and sorry down there. Oh,
Bradley's
taking it out.
Bradley, and he bangs it through. The Dockers are in front. It was a wonderful goal from Bradley, but the timing of it, I think, is important. They've got their nose in front. The crowd is up. There's a different feel about the game at the moment.
Well, Smithy, there is a massive lift in the crowd.
It certainly is, Piggers. They're chanting the Freo, Freo, so they're getting into it now.
You do that well, Rowan, as Mundy breaks away. Walters.
Come up to it.
He does use the ball well.
And he just shoots it back to Hazelby. On the stretch, takes a good mark.
Fair kick. Crowd's asking for 50. But I just reckon it was because of the pace of the ball moving through the air, the flight. That was great hands by Paul Hazelby. We can talk about Walters' kick. Look at that off the left. Well, it's a fair mark, flat out by Paul Hazelby.
He's a very good overhead, though, Hazelby.
Back-to-back goals will be important for Fremantle.
45 metres out. Hazelby nails it. Dockers by 10. Two to Hazelby, and once again, Walters involved in the build-up.
Oh, his work when he's got the footy has been terrific.
Morabito in the middle of the ground now. He's got a tight tag on him by Daniel Hannery.
They've won a couple of clearances of late, the Dockers. What can the Swans do here? Off the ground went Pike. Kirk buffeted around. He's finding it hard to get free.
He's in trouble. No, he got it out.
Well, it's a lack of efficiency of the Sydney Swans. 32 inside 50s for Sydney to 22 of Fremantle. But this quarter in particular, younger players have all looked dangerous for Fremantle.
Bolton, just a half a fumble from McVeigh, could be costly.
No prior opportunity held in the tackle.
He's had 16 touches, McVeigh, but only one inside 50, which is unlike him.
Ice pack on the head for McGlynn.
Well, Matty, I actually said before a stress fracture. I meant a compressed fracture of the forehead. They've actually checked that out, and they've given him the all clear now.
Thanks, Ron.
How would you get a stress fracture of the head? Would that be from a headache?
Yeah, I mucked that one up, Piggers.
Kick forward by Kirk. Good spoil from Duffield. Trying to get through was Hayden. Duffield win again.
They're out of here.
White to Jack. Jack's going to keep it low. And he's going to kick a goal. Freo chance still there, but the Swans have it back to a 4-point margin. Pike and Johnson in the ruck. Out the back it falls. Shammer trying to bust through the tackle. It's still going. Jack.
He's back. Free kick.
Fremantle free kick. It's Pavlich. Spreading quickly, Mundy. He can go all the way if he can get a kind bounce. Now he's got time.
Yours.
Drives it low. Walters. 1, 2, yes.
He's been lively.
It's a good mark.
He's the go-to player. You've got Zach Clark and McPhee down there. As your tall options, and Johnson and...
All 177 centimetres of him.
Has he been kicking goals in the waffle?
Yes, he's been very lively. His form's been up. Playing a variety of roles too, back in the waffle, and that's what he needs to do.
Yes,
Today, his role's the key forward.
We did see with his other two set shots, he's got a very natural kicking action. So, provided the distance not going to be a concern, which it shouldn't be.
McGlynn was busy for the Swans up forward. This man is doing the damage for the Dockers.
Oh, he's kicked that off his knee.
Kicking action.
Yeah, awful.
Terrible.
He got very close to the man of the mark there. It was important. He's not happy, Mark. I mean, nor would he be, because...
He's kicked a flat punt there after I just wrapped up his kicking action.
He's kicked it as badly as he could, Liam.
He did get a bit close to the man in the mark. I agree with you there, Jack. Giving him a little bit of an out there.
Kick in from Pike, looking for Mumford. Clark over the top with the spoil.
Yeah, they do that well.
Clever bit of play by McVeigh.
Just it was a little tap out. It won't be on the stat sheet, but it's the reason why they're pushing forward.
They're streaming down the ground here now.
If he get the long kick on the double switch here.
White.
This is where he could get Mundy. Well done, Mundy.
Mundy did extremely well. Duffield caught. Kennedy trying to drag him over the line.
Pinned him.
Holding the ball.
Nah, he was trying to take the tackle. I actually think that was a good decision. Did about 2 lots of 360s with him. Is that right, Matty?
Yes.
Okay, but
That'd be 720.
is there a prior opportunity?
Well, you've got to at least make an attempt to get the ball out.
Tough angle for Kennedy. But in what has been a very entertaining third quarter.
He doesn't know whether he's running around or kicking
He's
the banana.
going with the banana. And he's missed. He's got to be home.
Oh, the crowd are filthy about this.
Here we go.
Look
Look at
he's
this.
taking it in the crowd.
There you go.
Was there an opportunity there?
I thought Kennedy was right on him as soon as he
Look at
got
this. This is what I loved.
McVeigh.
Yeah.
Didn't take possession, McVeigh. Really clever. Just a little tap on.
Anyway, all that kick in is
Roger.
straight out of bounds on the...
Oh, I reckon he got the benefit of it out there.
You can hardly argue with the umpire. He's standing 1 metre from where he marked
He's in
it.
perfect position, wasn't he? Just for a second, I thought he's kicked that into the crowd. But anyway, Broughton's going to keep it down the line, looking for McPhee.
It's been OK this quarter too, McPhee.
Quick hands to Mundy. Hayes will be the target again. Rising over the top was Grundy.
Yeah, not the right option to go to.
Richards spreading it to Hanbury. Up and under kick from him. Should suit McFarlane, didn't take it.
Sure, he should have been going the mark there.
Jack out in front of Goods. Howell at bounce.
Oh,
Tapped
well
over
done.
by Goods, but standing in the way and doing enough, though, was Broughton. How will the umpire see this?
Same umpire to the other side. They're giving it to him. And they're going to miss him.
Take a look.
Oh, he raked that back in.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That was holding the ball.
Pretty fortunate, more. Here's Shammer. Again.
Yeah.
Hands in the back or chopping the arms.
Well, he's presenting McPhee. Maybe they need to push him deeper forward and him become the key forward because he's having a good quarter. He's leading up to the contest, but maybe he could be a bit more effective in their forward 50.
Grundy.
See, Hazelby's
Hazelby.
the man they're going to a lot, and up high here, he's not the key forward.
I think that was good play by young Crichton.
Yeah.
He's been good today.
He's not going far. Without looking at the stats, if I said to you, who's had the ball the most today?
I would say
You looked at the stats.
Dan Hanbury. I did have to admit I had a sneaky one. He's had 25
25
touches.
He's
disposals.
been very good.
But he's unassuming.
Well, he's in an under-type player, isn't
Yeah.
he? Where you look at the end of the game and he's
But
had it 30 times.
He's had 13 handball receipts, so that on this big oval, he's certainly working hard.
I'm never going to ask you to do anything again. Here's Goods.
See Mike Pike there. He's the longer option. Goods won't make the distance here, so he'll have to pass off.
He gets a lead. Hayden gets a spoil. Broughton caught. Grover goes to ground quickly. Hayden tries to shrug the tackle.
Oh, he's trying
Jack,
to play for the free kick
he
there.
tried to pitch it. Here's Kieren Jack, though. There's nothing except go again and again. Oh, quick hand, Shammer. Good work to Roger Hayden, but he set Morabito up, who quickly kicks it
That's
out
a good
wide.
kick.
He knew the ball was out there. That's out. That's a great catch.
It's a gully catch.
Bruce Yardley would have been happy with that.
He would have. West Australian too.
Yep.
Wonderful fieldsman in the gully.
Johnson.
You don't get a free kick for trying to hit that.
Yeah, there's the question.
To Roger Hayden.
Oh, he's asked it, and the umpire, Matthew Nichols, has said you don't get a free kick for throwing your head back.
Ball at ground level. 5.
Both grab the ball, my ball.
Here's the
have a
ball.
look.
Oh, that's
Great
terrific
mark.
stuff, isn't it?
So a catch like that since Bradley Hogg.
Lay on.
From the bounce.
What game was that?
Oh, it was a Shield game I was watching here at the Wacker many years ago.
Well, Jacko, you've got your wish. McPhee's actually been moved to full forward.
Yeah.
But I just can't understand why they don't put Pavlich at full forward and give him the whole 50.
Yeah, because they're getting belted in the middle of the ground, and they just need someone to stop the blood flow, because Sydney have been on top in that area.
Handball.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jack. I think that they'd love to have Pavlich in the
Look at
forward
the ball.
line.
How's that?
Wow, have a look at that.
He bought in and got the footy, and he gave it
It's
over
his
to Broughton,
goal.
and Broughton kicks the goal. Goal assist, Matthew de Boer. Broughton kicks the goal and gets the Dockers at an important time again out to that 9-point lead. Now, Nick Subin has gone off. You can see, we'll take a look. There we go, head clash
Yeah.
With his teammate.
with Dylan Robertson.
Yep.
Important here for Fremantle. They don't concede a goal. They did just before half-time, and they're away here, Sydney again.
Hanbury gets... Well, it's a poor kick from Hanbury. Turn around, and Broughton, the goal kicker, says, I'll take that.
Well, Melcheski was wanting a handball received from Dan Hanbury, but he basically got in his way.
Play on.
There's Hanbury in the action again.
Jeez, and everything today, Hanbury.
He's had a big quarter. Up to 27. He's had 12 for the quarter.
Mumford. He's going to get
13.
another one. But his kick is short again. That's 2 poor kicks from Hanbury. And there's Hayden, who's going to just try and slow the tempo down a bit here. They'll be very happy with a 9-point lead at three-quarter time.
Move it on. Play on. Play on.
Play on the call.
Play on.
Yeah,
Well, they haven't heard it.
No one's heard it yet.
You've got to yell it out, umpire. They can't hear you.
Jesse White wasn't going to run over the line just yet.
Roger, you have.
Whoa, Roger.
He's having a stinker.
just this last bit of play. I'll have a look at it in a sec.
Kennedy's kick in long. Goods. Couldn't quite complete the mark.
Here's Melcheski.
Malcheski hooking it back to the danger zone.
Oh, well done.
Oh, courage.
Well done.
Now, that is Jared Moore going back into the pack. Knew contact was coming. And that is a timely mark for him. Let's hope he's okay because McGlynn's already off.
He's in a bit of trouble.
So it's been a great quarter of football.
Let's have a look at this. They protected him pretty well at the back.
Oh,
he's
in on the McFarlane's knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. He's got blood rule. Blood rule too, Mike. You're bleeding from the nose.
Accidental contact, but just he fell back into his knee or his shin. Even hurt McFarlane's knee.
Here we go. It's another look. And you'll see
Bang.
Mike Pike cops one as well. He's had to come off with the blood rule.
That's on McFarlane's left knee, which he had problems with the medial ligament, that long spell out.
Well, Mike Pike came off before, boys, with that blood streaming from his nose, so it just looks like a reoccurrence of that one.
Jared Moore's very wobbly.
Real trouble here. Now, Smithy, can they get McGlynn back in, or is he cooked for the day?
It looks like he's still holding ice over that the right side of his face, pickers onto his forehead and underneath his eyes. So, but Jared Moore looks like he's in a world of hurt here.
Yeah, no,
He can't stand up.
Yeah, he's tried to get going, but he can't.
Gee, it was a good mark. Courageous mark.
There's Ben McGlynn. So Sydney have some real issues now. 2 of their small forwards and 2 of their tough little in and under players.
Well, this is exactly the reason why you don't want to reduce interchange rotations, for exactly this reason.
Just interested why the stretcher didn't come out.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the wobbly legs. I mean,
It's going to take a long time to get him off still.
It doesn't make any sense that he's not on a stretcher. I mean, he's not going to be Stewie Dew down there, who's on the coaching panel. Worried looking Paul Roos. Now the stretcher's coming out.
Fine.
Well, it just seems silly that he's standing there on
Well,
wobbly
the umpire
legs.
should have taken more control there. They wasted a fair amount of time.
And here it comes.
And it's the extra long one as well.
Not that it's game time, but yeah, extra.
Jared Moore's not that tall.
No, I'm not sure.
He's sitting up, which is a good sign. But just some confusion as to why that stretcher didn't come out before.
Well, maybe because they are one down. Maybe they thought they don't want to cart him off on the stretcher, not have him back. If he's going to be okay, let's just get him through the interchange. But on what the evidence we saw with the wobbly legs, you wouldn't think he would be okay.
Well, the question is who's going to take the kick.
Well,
Mike Pike was closest. He's come off with the blood rule.
yeah, well, I wouldn't be giving the ball to Mike.
What's
I think
that?
well, Ruckman in general.
Thank you.
No, I think I'd be... you get one of your good kicks just scavenging around there, just hoping to get it.
Who would be foraging
If
for
it
the
was
kick?
let's put it this way, if it was North Melbourne, I'll guarantee it wouldn't matter where he was on the ground. Bert Harvey would have the ball right now.
Yeah.
Back in our day, Buddha Hocking would have found a way.
Yeah, he's the best.
Geelong,
Boomer Harvey.
He was a beauty for it as well.
Dennis Lane has the ball in his hands at the moment.
Adam Goods is there. Kieren
Dennis
Jack
Lane gets
standing
it.
there.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that Jared Moore's okay. He really did try to get on his legs. The Sydney medical staff are
So
just a terrific team.
the cart was no point having the cart out there, was he?
Well, it was
They've done a couple of laps, went up, went down, went back, did nothing.
This is a critical kick.
It is, isn't it? Because the margin's 9, it gets it back to 3. And we've had 3 points at quarter time.
He can't possibly miss that.
Dennis Lane after the break. 30 metres out, directly in front, celebrates a goal. So in the dying seconds of this quarter, Dennis Lane gets his second. Mark Harvey looks on.
Well, he's got to go straight to one of his senior players in Roger Hayden. He's having a poor day. He's only had the 7 possessions. He had the ball out and took a mark. It was about a minute 30 left, and you could see, you mentioned it in your commentary, he was going to ice the clock, kicks the ball out of bounds in the 4 and gives Sydney an opportunity to penetrate their forward 50, and they do. Courageous mark, as we mentioned, and Dennis Lane, after the interval, goes back and kicks the goal. 7 seconds to go.
Jared Moore.
He looks better there now.
A glass of water. Well, let's hope he's okay, because they have, by the looks of it, lost Ben McGlynn. It could be down to 20 men.
Tough bits of play by those 2 boys that are off the ground, though.
Oh, yeah.
Got his kick.
Quick kick out of the congestion. Hanbury went past it. So at 3/4 time, this game continues to be a close one. For the 3rd time, the margin is within a kick. This time again, it's Fremantle leading by 3. We are in for a terrific last quarter. Don't go away. Round 20 game, it was an important one for both sides, and it's been tight the entire day. Fremantle led by 3 points at quarter time. The Swans by 2 points at half time. The Dockers now leading by 3 points at 3/4 time. And we are in for a... Who is going to win this contest? 1 quarter to find out. Set to go with Clark up against Mumford. Ball out the back. Mumford got a call from Hanbury. Pushed it out in front of Bolton. Gets a bad bounce, but he had McVeigh backing up. Back to Jack, trying to squeeze it through. He did. Hayden to clear. Fremantle.
Got Zach Clark, you can't see him.
It's got Pavlich, who's got no one attending to him.
Run and carry it.
Kicks to the centre half forward position, but no one at home.
The ball got ball watching.
Well, it wasn't a very good kick.
No.
By
It was
Pavlich.
intended for ball, and it was there in the mouth. The forwards have got to lead up to it. I don't think it was that bad a kick in the end. Sydney just read it better, and Ted Richards read it a lot better than De Boer. He was just lazy forward at that occasion.
Move it on.
The Richards kick went wider to McVeigh. Now he's going to head in the Mumford direction.
Very strong there, Zach Clark. Don't concede.
Oh, don't assume that your player's not in the contest.
That's right.
Assume that he's always in it.
You need this bloke to lift wide. He did a couple of nice things in the 3rd quarter.
There's that handball again from Mumford. Jack. Well, he gets a little trip.
Free kick.
In old days, I'd say that was a professional free kick.
Just a little ankle tap.
Yep.
Been busy again, Jack.
Now, they've got Mike Pike as the long option, but he's a kick and a half away. He's going to have to present up as well.
Into the pocket he goes. It's hard for Jetta to beat a couple there. Coming through Hanbury. Gets a 1-2 with Kennedy. 40 metres out, tries to screw it back and kicks it out of bounds on the full. His kicking's let him down a bit today, but he keeps finding the ball.
He's still had a good game. Kicking is a little bit of an issue at times, but he's had 19 handballs, so his first possession stuff's been great.
He easily end up with a 40 possession game here.
Yep. Well, he's got a great work ethic.
Because you're talking about players who can win the game for the Swans. Adam Goods is a one for me. He's just had the 12 disposals at the moment. He's playing at full forward. Don't be surprised if he moves himself into the midfield and becomes a dominant player in this last quarter.
Yeah, it hasn't worked for Goodsy today. Hasn't had a great game. He's had his hands on the ball a bit. I'd like to see him play on Pavlich if they're in the midfield, one-on-one in the middle of the ground, because they'll give each other a bit of room.
Mumford gets it again. He was smothered off the boot. Hanbury didn't take it cleanly.
Gee, that was good by Broughton.
Broughton did. Shammer gets it from Fife on the left boot. Leading hard is McPhee. Now he's going to come back through the middle, or is he?
Well, now they're going to present up. Michael Johnson's trying to present up on Kennelly. They're so far off the kicker. They're kicking a bit away again.
Pavlich to Duffield.
Fine there, Mike. Play on.
Trying to work things out. Here, the Dockers trying to get a loose man. Morabito. Long
good
ball.
kick, actually.
McPhee kept running.
Went to ground. Had to hold his feet, McPhee.
Good pick-up by the big man.
The big man's having a bright start to this 4th term.
Because he's playing on his own. Zach Clark just is in 2nd gear.
Oh, here's a go for big Mike Pike.
Big Mike.
Jetta to Mike Pike. 20 metres out, runs in and kicks the goal. Sydney hit the front. As we know, he recently signed on for a couple more years. Good news there.
Yeah.
Jared Moore walking around the boundary.
He walked just straight past me then, Matt. He actually tried to get into a little bit of a jog as well, so don't be surprised if he comes back on as well.
But Mumford is having a real influence so far in this last quarter.
Oh, gee, that was good play by Jack.
He's a clever player, isn't he?
He's very... Oh, he's just a goer.
Yeah. Jetta.
He's a bit better than a goer, actually.
They got a mismatch here.
White had the strength, had the height. Well picked, Glenn.
Well, there was a mismatch. But Lewis Jetta just took an easy, uncontested mark. Roger Hayden, his direct opponent, they're just anticipating or waiting for something to happen. But don't assume that your player's not going to get it. Kieren Jack won the hard ball inside the centre square. It was a 50-50. Lewis Jetta kicks it to the advantage of Jesse White. And young Subban is up against it. Garrick Everton, sorry.
Hasn't had a big day. He's just had the 2 kicks, but we've just seen Pike kick a goal. Now can White do the same? He's missed.
It's a bad miss for him.
It was a bad miss.
Gee, it was a good play all the way back to the middle of the ground by Kieren Jack. Sometimes that's all you can do in the middle of the ground. Just throw it on your boot and hope your forwards are in front. And on that occasion, Jetta was. He's shaping as a dangerous player, Lewis Jetta.
Involved in the last 2 movements.
Yeah. Give him some space. I reckon he'd love playing here. And that was the concern coming into this last quarter. When you're 2 down and they're running players, you've got to try and create some run to win the game. But they've done it well so far.
It was a good kick by
Lovely
Duffield.
kick from Duffield, wasn't it?
He saw Fife there for a long time and got
This is where they're falling down at the moment, though. They're not getting anyone free at half forward.
It's that stop-start footy they played in the first quarter.
Grover. McFarlane slipping. He's going to have to go back. And hits Robertson, who can in turn go to
He's going to
Hayden.
open his vision.
Little chip over the top, but Hayden's got time. He can go. This the crucial kick.
Stephen Hill's pushed hard here.
And
Umpire. Hands are right in his back there.
Right in front of Rowan Smith. Do you think there was a bit of a shove there, Smithy?
Well, actually, because I wasn't watching. Yeah,
that's a free kick,
that is a
boys,
free
every
kick.
day of the week.
Hands in the back, but
Sure
boys,
it's not a different ball.
just a little bit of a concern down here for Ben McGlynn. The Sydney Swans doctors actually walked over to the Fremantle bench to speak to the Fremantle doctors, maybe about going to see a specialist here in Perth. We can just see him talking to the Fremantle doctors now, so they are a little bit worried about Ben McGlynn.
thanks, Ron, right on the spot there. But meantime, Big Mike Pike took it out of the ruck, got caught holding the ball, 50-metre penalty, and Kepler Bradley now just go through, slot the goal, easy as you like, and he'll put the Dockers back in front. The lead changes once again. It's Subiaco.
Touch, wasn't it?
I tell you what, crucial in a tight game. We'll have another look if we can.
Well, Bradley's got 2. Dockers pinch a 2-point break. Goal for goal once again. It'll be no surprise to see this game won on the last kick of the day.
Canterbury again.
Gee, that's a good play by Canterbury.
Jetta's got space again.
You've got a big fella up forward to kick to it.
There's another mismatch.
Oh, White, it might bounce through.
Free kick.
Rush through. Margin to 1.
Let's have a little look here. Okay, so Kieren Jack's got it in his hand. He hasn't even got the ball by the looks of it.
He's
on his stomach.
Yeah.
He says it
There's
didn't
nothing in it.
to him.
Nothing in it.
Well, it's a free kick from 50 near the boundary, or it's one in the goal square.
Meantime, Crichton has it for Fremantle. Pavlich getting involved in this last quarter. He's presented 3 times. Hands over the top to Morabito. He's within range if he can get past Mumford. He does. Inside 50 he goes. Morabito with a long bomb. Crowd were up on their feet. So was I, Glenn, just to behind.
Well, he's one player that certainly, it's still a goal, but he's certainly lifted his game after half-time, Morabito. He's the one that got to get the ball more into his hands, because he can kick a goal, he can be quite creative for other players, and that's what they've lacked, is that creativity to bring other players in the game. Heel down, not many possessions.
Well, here's an interesting decision by Richards.
Ever.
It's gone backwards.
Really gone.
He didn't have anyone really to kick to then. McVeigh's got to find Grundy, and he does.
One-on-ones all over the ground here. I didn't mind what Richards did. That sort of breaks the play up a little bit. You got to have a bit of guts to do it, especially late in the game.
Grundy's kick looking for White, who's
lifted.
ball falls for him.
Not a great hand.
Now Chesky under the pump there. The ball's not out of play yet.
He's being pinged. I reckon he's applied the team prior opportunity there.
Jesse out! Jesse!
Talking about that for a while, Matty.
Yes.
If your teammate tells you into trouble, it should be prior opportunity.
Wasn't the best of handballs. He didn't have much room to move. But anyway, here's Hayden. just chipping it back to Ibbotson.
Heels on.
Straight back.
He's got to get it to him. Oh, Roger. It's taken a long time.
We're going to basically run.
Yours, mate.
Into the pocket he goes. Big pack forms. Walters, Crumming. It spins off the side, though, and it's out of bounds on the full.
Paul Evans kick. Yeah, that's it.
As the clock ticks down, crowd starting to get very anxious. It's going to build up to a pretty big crescendo, I think. Hanbury again. And he's missed the target.
Swans need Ryan O'Keefe desperately to get into this game. Just 2 kicks for the day. 2 kicks and 6 handballs. Hasn't taken a mark. Mundy's been very good. He's only had 12 touches, but he's been a bit better around the clearances. But for the Swans, they'll need every bit of run they can get. And he's a good runner, we know that.
McVeigh, he almost handed it over to Jeddah. He got the handball out, but it somehow spilled out to Fremantle. Gang tackling from Bolton. Clark's tackled, and that's out.
Lucky that was on the boundary side for Paul Hayes to be there, because he did take the player on. Whether it was correct disposal or not, but the umpire was on the other side of it. So it's a win for Fremantle here. They've got to get something from this stoppage.
Sydney win it, though, and it comes to Kirk.
So him into trouble too.
Yeah, there wasn't much room there, and Kirk taps it out. Important couple of minutes here. Important clearance. Jared Moore doing some stretching on the boundary.
A lot of numbers around this footy.
Mumford won the knock. Stolen by Broughton. Ball bounces in again. Hanbury fished it out to Kennelly, but he's not sure where to go. And the Irishman runs back the other way. Kicks it high. White couldn't mark it. Goods tackled. McPhee won it. Back to McFarlane he goes. Runs himself into a bit of trouble. Here's Crichton. Drives it low, but it's cut off. Need a switch here, Sydney. Kennelly's in trouble, but O'Keefe's onto it now. Kennelly the 1-2. Running off half-back as he likes to do, kicking long. Jeddah, he's an important player in this last quarter, Jeddah.
Is he ever? Don't be surprised if he looks at McPhee and goes, you know what, you want to have a race? I'm going to run up and take you on here.
Take you on, yeah.
Kicks into the pocket. Mumford stretching.
Good
another good mark to Mumford.
Gee, he worked hard to get into that position there.
He's been dictated to Zach Clark.
He spots O'Keefe, misses him. McFarlane, Kennedy right with him. Good tackle. Ball spills out. Duffield and Mumford are over the top. Now it comes out.
They're out here.
O'Keefe, Kennedy off the side of the boot somehow. And it'll be a free kick to Matner for a high tackle. Sydney, a chance to get back in front.
Yeah, I'm not convinced the Kennedy kick was meant for Matner, but it's got there anyway, and he's won a free kick for a high tackle.
It's clearly there.
Certainly there. Well, he's a beautiful kick on the run. We know Matner is. But 80 more possessions than Fremantle this afternoon, the team. They still trail by 2.
For yet another lead change. Matner. Kicks from just inside 50. As soon as he hits it, he celebrates. Swans hit the lead again. Goal to Matner, the 9th lead change. Let's go to Rowan Smith.
Well, Matty, Jared Moore's been running up and down the boundary line. He's itching to get back on, boys, but he went off with 27 seconds to go into that third quarter, so he can't come on until the 19.5-minute mark because he went off on the stretcher, so he's got to be off 20 minutes.
He's got another 5.
Yeah, he's got another 5 and a bit minutes to go.
Sydney win the clearance. It comes from O'Keefe. McVeigh trying to work De Boer out of the contest. Jeddah again.
There he is.
He's going to put on the afterburners here. Jeddah takes on Robertson. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. You little beauty. Yes, he's kicked it. A wonderful individual effort from Lewis Jeddah. He kicked a few behinds as we're talking about, but that is what people come to the football to see.
And he's been threatening all day.
Yep.
He's had a good game, but now up to 16 possessions, he's had 2 shots on goal.
He's been in everything in this last quarter.
He has been in everything.
Talk about where you need to get something happening, and it's right now. Fremantle, they need to get something happening in their centre square setup. They've got Mundy in there, they've got Morabito, and they've got Pavlich with young Clark. Oh, they need to somehow force it their way here, but they haven't been able to do it.
Play on.
Here they go again. This time Jack caught. The Dockers must answer here. Still going. Hanbury's there. Ibbotson wins the clearance.
Still mine.
Walters went to ground. Grundy stayed on his feet, so did Bevan. Big switch here because Hanbury's out.
Hanbury's spread. They're going to lose players everywhere. If
Now Kirk will spot him and Hanbury can keep going. McPhee's going to chase. But Hanbury's going to cut back inside. Well, not sure about the kick there, though. Still running Sydney. Kieren Jack on the left, into the pocket, looking for Dennis Lane.
Clever.
Taps it to Bolton. Oh, McFarlane. Somehow Sydney made a meal of it. And here go the Dockers on the rebound. Fife waits for it.
Yeah, Zach Clark had to use his body there to get Shane Mumford out of the way.
Oh, Mumford stayed on it, did pretty well in the end. Forced him
terrific.
And that is just sensational work from the ruckman.
Well, Paul Roos...
They have to make a change here, Frank. I'm sorry, Pickers. They've got to get Zach Clark off. They've got to get either Michael Johnson or Kepler Bradley on Mumford. He's having too big an impact here, and on that occasion there, Zach Clark just had no involvement. But you see the ball hit the ground, and Mumford tackles, spalled, brought the ball down the ground.
That was wonderful play by the...
Here he is again. He threw that out to
right.
Goods. Wonderful pass if he's back at the SCG with a different code. Kennelly.
Gee, they've been good in this last quarter, Sydney.
Ball's going to go through everybody except Duffield. Again, they're not sure. Pavlich kicks in hope. Kieren Jack should be first to get there. Oh, bounces.
Got a filthy bounce.
Yeah, favoured Robertson. Oh, Jack tackled him well. Got to ball.
He got a kick out of it. In the back.
Still Sydney again. Not 15, Hanbury. Got a man cruising past in Malcheski. His kick is going to fall short. Stephen Hill.
Saw the Swans players coming in late. If you hadn't been able to get it to...
Yeah, it was 3 on a 1 there. This is where they're breaking down, you mentioned before. They just can't penetrate out of the back 50 here, Frank.
That's better, though.
They're down by 10 points. You get the feeling they've got to get the next goal here, the Dockers.
That's a better kick.
That's a beautiful kick. Broughton doesn't know Mumford's coming. This time, there's a bit of room for Fife. This is a crucial kick.
The Swans have been able to get it to 10 points on a number of occasions today.
Fremantle get them back.
To the credit of this young team, and look, you look at how young the likes of Fife look. They're a team of babies, really. So it's been a great effort by Fremantle. Mind you, Sydney have got some injured players. But it's goal for goal here. A good kick coming into 50.
This to get it back again to a one-kick game. Nathan Fife starts it out right. It stays there.
31 inside 50s to 49 in favour of Sydney. So they'll think that they should have done the job by now, really.
31's a very low total.
It's a low total, but of the 31 entries, well, they've scored 19 times, Fremantle. So when they've got in, they've looked dangerous.
Yeah.
But they have been flooding a lot of numbers back into the Swans forward line, and they've gone forward.
Yeah, that kick's out of bounds on the full. No one touched it, so the kick for the Dockers. Johnson quickly. He's not sure.
Well, he's back himself here. Go to the top of the square or go for goals.
Pavlich has got a mismatch.
Well, he's playing on, standing in the goal spot on McVeigh.
Yeah.
He's going to put it at the top of the square.
He's going to get Pavlich take a run at it.
Yeah, there's no one there.
Except the host of Swans, and it's punched out of bounds. So Fremantle have a chance to reset here.
And Jared Moore's come onto the ground, Matty, as well.
Oh, that's good news for Swans fans, but also good news for him personally that he's out there. So, as we know, McGlynn won't be coming back out. From the throw-in, Bradley got it out.
Brilliant goal.
Got it. Shammer kicks the goal that keeps the Dockers in the game. Well, he's been reading the script, Byron Shammer. We're going to one-kick game. It's going to go all the way. Wonderful snap, and Bradley has been very good today. Over 34,000 people, and they've found their voice once again after Sydney got out to a 10-point margin.
Just getting belted here in the middle of the ground.
That's true, as O'Keefe wins the clearance, but Ibbetson's going to mark. How do they spread? They've got a couple out here, one in Mundy.
He's got to run and carry the ball, Mundy.
He's got room.
Sydney push numbers back. Malcheski's by himself. This kick is important.
Not sure why.
He can kick a goal. Well, he went into the pocket, and he's kicked it beautifully to Subin, who's a left footer on the right
not sure why
No one
O'Keefe
come up to it. Yeah.
Well, no, why O'Keefe peeled off and let him take the corridor. He would have been better to have stood with Robertson.
Well, you can see that left eye of his almost closed over.
He looks like a panda. Big kick, this.
This to put the Dockers in front once again. Subin.
Oh, he opened the face beautifully.
Oh, did he what? That's a super kick from Subin. What a terrific kick from Subin. 2 quick goals to the Dockers. They're back in front by 3. The lead has changed once again.
See Hanbury on the bench there. He's had it 36 times. Dan Hanbury, I wouldn't be having him off for too long. 6 minutes to go in the game.
They've been winning the centre clearances, the Swans.
Winning them. Been smashing them out of the centre. They've got no result.
Kieren Jack.
He's just so lively. There's a spear man here, Roger Hayden.
Spoil came from McVeigh. First to it, Bradley. Took it clean. Bounced off.
Oh, did that well.
Clever handball to Hayden. Away goes Roger Hayden. Off the bench comes Kennelly.
He didn't see Kennelly.
He takes on Subin. He's not sure where to go, though.
Good pressure from behind.
Malcheski spreads it wide to Richards.
Fremantle pushing numbers back behind the footy for the long kick in.
Early to do that.
Good
attack.
Hooks it into the pocket. Hooks it very long indeed. And they can set up. This is where they've been dangerous.
That's where they've been dangerous. That's a win for Sydney.
Mumford is there.
Kepler Bradley's got a big 5 minutes here against one of the better ruckmen in the competition.
Pavlich is there as well.
He fumbled that.
Mumford working hard on hands and knees, trying to get it out to a teammate. It's still alive. Goods.
Mine.
At last, a ball up. 5 minutes remaining. The margin at every change has never been greater than 3 points.
A lot of people around the stoppage, as you can see. Look for the play with the movement's the most dangerous.
Mundy read the knock. Bradley off the side of the boot. Out of bounds on the full. But there's plenty of numbers in there. Sydney going to find it hard to hit a target here.
There's no room to move as far as leading goes.
Are they going to try and go all the way back and go around to the other side?
Well,
or is he going to just set it up to the square?
I'd nearly set it straight at the top, make someone stand underneath it.
He's got place like Lewis Cheddar down there.
He's going to hope for a big mark by either Pike or White.
Play on.
Knocking it down, no crummer there. Shammer. Kieren Jack arrives and drags him down.
Good decision by the umpire. The crowd were asking for in the back from Shammer.
No, he rolled you in the tackle.
Yeah,
Jack,
there it
you're
is.
right. Yeah,
Good
right.
decision.
25 touches today. 8 inside 50s for Kieren Jack. Been a very good player.
Well, Kepler Bradley, the only one up there.
Well, I need to clear it out a bit here, Sydney.
Well,
set up a wall.
Mumford's behind the play, so he's called Mike
Jack,
Pike in.
go this side.
Well, you set the wall up, force a couple of the Fremantle players to come out of that area.
Play on.
Pike won the knock. First to it, though, Crichton. McFarlane caught. Robertson, no room. And we have another ball in. You get the funny feeling next goal wins.
Well, you've thought that a couple of times today, haven't you, really, with Sydney have got out to 10 points, but never been able to get any further. Fremantle, to their credit, have been able to answer every time.
Play on.
Bolton went without it. Morabito didn't.
Fine.
Pretty tough getting a kick in there.
Oh, yeah.
That amount of
We've got
numbers
every
around the
player
footy.
on the ground
Inside.
past the centre square. Have a look at that.
It's a great camera angle.
Only Fife and Kennelly outside of the back 50 and Marty Matner.
Play on.
It's almost as if,
Play on.
well, Mumford just got hand to it. It's almost as if you've got to wait for a kick to come out. McVeigh, the smother. Jack shrugged the tackle. Can he get a mark in forward 50? He can't. Goods on top of Iverson, slaps it back out. Hayden slides in. It is so tight and so close, no one can get free.
There it is.
Oh, good smother.
There's no room to move. Matner thought he was a chance.
Too high.
Too high. Fremantle free kick. Off you go, boys. Start running.
That was Steve McGlynn. He awarded that free kick. He was a long way from the action, so he probably had a better camera angle.
What's happening down on the bench, Smithy?
Not much figures. I think everyone's just a little bit tired. I think the players actually don't want to get back onto the ground. They don't want to make a mistake, especially in the Sydney Swans forward line.
What fresh legs to come on for Sydney, because they look like they're lacking a bit of run at the moment.
Hanbury's just come back on. Kennedy's just come back on, but Fremantle have just made 3 changes with fresh legs as well.
Bradley's just exhausted.
Well, they can milk a minute here, Fremantle. Unless someone from Sydney gets back, he'll go back again. We should.
He's going to kick it high.
That suits Sydney.
Well, Zach Clark's at the back. Mumford.
There's a couple of hands on that, I think.
Sure it was.
Yeah, Zach Clark is not the matchup out there. They've taken Kepler Bradley off for probably a minute, but when Zach Clark's on Shane Mumford...
Good! He went for the big hanger. Sorry, Jacko, but it could have been a match winner. Sydney pressing. They know one more goal might win them the game. 3 minutes remaining.
I think Lee and Fremantle are going to try and win this game, not save it. Look at the lead. Gee, he got a nice ride.
No, it's a good time to take a minute off the clock if you can. They had a loose player in defence. I would have used that.
Mumford has been outstanding in this last quarter. To Hanbury. Hanbury's kick is low, right to the square, and we've got a 2-point game.
Well, Mumford got that through the ruck because Zach Clark's not putting any physical pressure on him, and Mumford knows that. He's exposed him every time he's played on him, one-on-one.
Here's the throw from...
yeah, nice handle. Nice handle.
Mummy. He's done a couple of those.
He has done a couple of those. Dan Hanbury up to 38 disposals. He's been good.
I've just got a funny feeling the Dockers can win it with just some clean possession. But is a mistake going to be a 4-point mistake on the premiership ladder? Plenty of players around the ball again. Mundy, De Boer, can't get free.
Dangerous players in this area are the ones sitting off the pack, not the blokes in and around the pack. Try and get some speed outside this pack, the Swans.
Kennelly's trying to get them out of there. So, no, if we clear it out, they may kick it back to us.
And all the Fremantle players are bringing players in there.
Yeah.
It's amazing cameraing of that.
Broughton to Mundy. Now Crichton's decided to take it on.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Robert go down the line. He's got to go down the line here.
They've got some room. Duffield.
Oh, that's
Mrs.
not
Johnson.
Dangerous kick.
Grundy throws it on the boot. McVeigh backpedaling. He's in position. He couldn't take the mark. He's on his hands and knees. He handballs it forward. He wants Jesse White off the ground. And he kicks it.
He's got it.
It's been a quiet day for Jesse, but he kicks what could be the winning goal. Jesse White with a very important goal. Just his first.
Yeah, Sydney
But it was the
numbers.
white one.
Sydney push a heap of numbers back. Melcheski by himself. Goods by himself in Fremantle's forward line.
Do not ride Fremantle off here, boys.
2 minutes remaining. Every possession's crucial now.
Hill
is running.
Free kick. They've got an opportunity in Fremantle.
Walters has been in everything.
Yeah, we're just going to be a bit careful
got a
about
cramp.
it.
Cramping up.
How does it play on?
Not sure why, but he gives it to Mundy, who set sail from 55
Someone's
metres
going to
out.
take a mark.
Big leap over the back.
Hazelby, he had a chance.
3 points. Well, the script tells us that Sydney is supposed to win by 2.
Yeah, that's right.
It was 3 points Dockers, 2 points Swans, 3 points Dockers. Kennelly taking his time.
He's come off Walters.
Yep. Has he done a string, Smithy, or is it a cramp, you reckon?
No, it's definitely
It's a
cramp because the way he come off, he was actually running faster than me from normal.
Now, how can the Swans milk the clock here?
Well, they've got to make sure, Fremantle got to make sure they haven't any loose players defence, and Hanbury's loose. Someone's having a snooze. I think it was Broughton. It's got to be closer than that.
Oh, Bevan's going to kick it up. He's going to kick it to a contest. Oh, strong Mike. Strong Mike. Jesse White.
Big Jesse.
Right at the right time of the game.
They're out here.
And they're out.
Dylan Robinson just had to be more awake to that.
Grundy's got further. He's got Kirk further afield. Sydney streaming down forward. If they can get another mark, they'll win the game.
Well, you just want to hold it and hold it and hold it and be forced to kick it if there's nowhere to kick. You want to
Short to Matner. Missed the target. Matner kept it in, and he's legged. Now Matner can wipe off 20 seconds here.
Yep. And they need a long target in the goal square. So one of the big blokes, Jesse White, is not going to be much value at 10-half forward. He needs to go to the goal square and be the get-out kick. And he's going to force his way down there now.
This is it. The game is up for grabs right here. O'Keefe takes it, and Sydney will win.
Well, gee, it's been a gutsy effort by Sydney with the players they've had out. Such a young team. He hasn't had a big impact.
White and O'Keefe have been quiet, and they're going to come up with the winning goals.
Gee, that was a good mark. He's had a good last quarter, Rhino. It's been important.
And they're the two players you called for, him and Jesse White.
1 metre out. That's it. That's here. Now.
It's a great gutsy win by the Swans.
He's on the mark. 20 seconds gone.
O'Keefe to seal the match and to give Sydney their 11th win of the season. A stutter, a kick, a goal, 4 points, Sydney Swans.
Oh, what a fantastic win. The Swans, in the last quarter, they were challenged, they were injured, they were hurting bad. They lost 2 of their best runners in Moore and Ben McGlynn, who was probably their best player until he went off injured. Going against a side like Fremantle, who were young, but, gee, it was a gutsy win.
Well, they hung in there, Liam, and that was the most important thing. Fremantle looked like they're going to blow it out, but really, the stats will tell you, or would suggest to you, that they should have won by more, Sydney, but they're undermanned a little bit, Fremantle, and at the right time, they were crucial. But Rowan Smith, who's he got down there?
Daniel Hanbury, what a game from him.
Thanks, matey. Well, Dan, that was one of the toughest wins all year.
Oh, two bikes down. We got the call from Ruzzi at 3/4 time, and even Mark Stone, our midfield coach, used to say, look, a few years ago, Bloods would have, come through and come on top, and this last quarter was massive with Benny and Doggy, Jared Moore injured, and the boys really dug deep, and, I mean, Ryan's last goal there was just sensational. It's an amazing feeling, yeah.
You haven't got a good record here at Subiaco, but these two teams today are fighting for, probably 5th and 6th spot for a home final.
Yeah, it was a huge game. It was do or die for us, and we really put a huge emphasis on it. And we sort of knew if we won today, we'd give ourselves a really, really good chance to play finals. And we've got another 2 tough weeks ahead, but no, it's just an unbelievable feeling.
38 possessions today yourself. You just hung around Mummy just for a little while. Just a few of those handballs around the back.
Yeah, I butchered the ball a bit in that 3rd quarter, and a couple of blokes were sort of blown up for not handballing to them, and I made a few bad errors. But look, it was just awesome to come over for the win, and it's just sensational. All our supporters have been are great as well, so it's been an unbelievable day.
Not going to keep you any longer, mate. Well done,
Mate,
fantastic.
Thanks. Cheers, mate.
38 possessions for Daniel Hanbury, the rising star favourite, and he just continues to be a terrific player. The Dockers had their chances. Great game of footy. Never more than a goal in it all day, except for the last kick.
No, it was, and that's 148 interchanges, is that, Liam?
Yeah, 148 Fremantle had today, and we know that Sydney were on that sort of pace as well.
But in the end, Fremantle only had 32 inside 50s. You can't win a game of football with 32 inside 50s, and that was all because of Sydney's pressure in the middle of the ground.
Let's go to Rowan again.
Thanks, Matty. Well, Mummy, you would have been a nice and happy boy when Aaron Sandlands wasn't going to line up today.
I was actually looking forward to the challenge, but I don't know. The ruck still did well against us today, so I don't know.
What about the year that you've had, though? You've been absolutely sensational. Everyone's been saying, you're virtually the recruit of the year, and propelling the Swans into the finals positions.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I don't know.
Look, it was a great effort by the boys today, especially in the midfield. We dominated, didn't you?
Did we?
Yeah, you certainly did.
Definitely a great win, and I think this will almost guarantee us a finals berth, so very happy.
Well done today, Mummy. Congratulations,
Thank
mate.
you.
Rowan Smith with Shane Mumford in one of his hardest interviews for the year, I'd say, but he was influential in that last quarter. He got them going, together with Kieren Jack, together with Daniel Hanbury, and Lewis Cheddar with that individual goal was sensational. It's a gutsy win by the Swans, their first here against the Dockers at Subiaco since 1998. A wonderful performance. The final margin, 9 points.